Okay, are we live? Still waiting on the image preview to show up. Yeah, there we go. We are live. Excellent. Alright, so how's everybody doing tonight? The DDLC takeover mod was fun, but it's time to get back to the mod demos. And tonight I think I found a pretty good one to take a look at. How's it going, Underskins? So, I looked through the demo page after I got settled in after work tonight, and there were a few that I considered playing tonight, but I settled on this one called Doki Doki Within. This was a mod released a month ago, to the day actually. This was released on October 20th last. So yeah, this demo is fairly new. It's exactly a month old to the day, and it is a Monika focused mod, and I'm always there for that. So the synopsis, I'll read it to you from the mod's Reddit page itself. Is a couple lines long. So here's what we have to go on for this mod. Upon joining the literature club, you start to gradually reconnect with your old high school crush. God, I can't read today. The school's resident idol, in giant air quotes that you guys can't see, Monika. However, the closer the pair of you get, the more you realize that not only do you have more in common than you realized, but that the perception of Monika being the perfect student couldn't be further from the truth. Can you uncover what is hidden within her heart? And there's a preview image I actually haven't looked at yet. I've just noticed this on the page. I just went straight for the download page, so yeah. I think I'm actually not going to look at that, just to keep myself as fresh as possible for this. But yeah, how is everybody's day going today? The mod says it is about 4 to 6 hours of content, so I figure I should get 2 streams out of it at the rate you guys expect from me with how these go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this mod has to offer. Playing some Minecraft as per usual. I see. How's that going? It was just another day for me. I was second in stream, but I couldn't chat as I was doing something. That's all good, mate. That's all good. All you really missed was me talking about what mod I decided on playing for tonight, because there were 3 mods that I considered for tonight. And Bradley, I told you about 2 of them, but I decided on neither because I found this mod. I told you there were new demos for 2 mods that I had seen previously, one of which we have played already. Yeah, this demo is about a month old, and I just read the premise earlier. And according to the mod's README, this guy initially tried doing some modding for modding for Doom. And to quote the README directly, long story short, I said, fuck it, let's mod DDLC, and this is the result of that. And according to the README, the mod was inspired by the following three mods: Fallen Angel, Exit Music, and Our Time. If we have enough time next stream, can you do Doki Vision? There's like a spare hour. We'll see how long this one takes. This demo says it has around 4 to 6 hours of content, and at the rate that you expect from me, that should take us about 2 streams. That's what I'm thinking anyway. We'll see what actually happens. But yeah, while I'm sending out the last few links here to the usual channels I go to for Discord, I will throw up the synopsis from the mod's Reddit page, just in case you missed it. So, yeah. And you can also copy the download links there if you want to download it yourself. And yeah, if you look closely, you can see a Cerebi tab. I got my Switch set up recently, and I've been playing. I'm finally playing Sword version. Oof. I hear you on that. All right. I'm about done sending out links. So, hey Dawn, how's it going? We were just about to get started here. So, perfect timing. Really regretting the Pepsi. Well, let's hope it doesn't come back to bite you tomorrow then, I guess. Yeah, so, I guess before we get started, I'll pull up the README that I have pulled up here, and so we can take a look at it together. So yeah, this is actually titled "Thank You." You stream Takeover at the same time me. I went to sleep. Well, I'm sorry, man. It was a fun time. I did not. I did not unlock Epiphany though. I couldn't even beat the first song of the festival on hard. Although I came close one time. But yeah, I had a good time with that mod. I'll probably come back to it to see if I can get better at hard mode on it, but not anytime soon. We'll see. But yeah, the two things of note I wanted to point out in this README here, well, I guess three things. One of these I pointed out in the description already, and that's the mention of these three mods here, the mods that kind of inspired this mod author to develop their mod. So yeah, I still need to play this one. I still need to play Fallen Angel sometime. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. These are some cool mods to be inspired by. But the other cool bit is that Soviet Spartan gave this guy permission to use his casual sprites from our time for Monika, so I'm excited to see that again. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see Soviet Spartans sprite work again because I really liked our time, and maybe one of these days I'll play it again just for nostalgia's sake to do a more updated playthrough. That's the guy who made Datsuki. Amazing. Also, Stormblazed made a pair of CGs for this mod, so some stuff to look forward to here. This seems like a quality production. At least that's the hope, so we won't know till we get started, so let's jump right into it. Let's get things rolling. Doki Doki Within is a DDLC demo. The fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. I need beer. Give me a sec. Alright, well, we're not going to be starting for another minute here, probably. Yep, designed to be played after the official game. Yada, yada, yada. As this is only a demo, what you see here, including music and assets, is subject to change in the final version. Yep. Standard stuff. Ooh. We got some different menu music. This mod is unaffiliated with Team Salvato. Please support them. Kind of going for the gray aesthetic, I see. I like the music. I like the choice of music. But is it just me, or does it seem kind of quiet? This isn't any kind of modification I made to the audio settings here. I'm actually bumping up my audio right now because it's so quiet. Hey Zach, how's it going? But yeah, honestly, the music feels a bit quieter than it normally is in these mods. Roblox is fun, how's it going? So other than the logo, the menu is pretty standard, but it is a demo, so what can you expect? So yeah. Beer and crisps. Great idea, yep. Well, let me ask you this then, Zach. Is she comfortable? Good thing I'm not driving. Yeah, that is good for you. Alright, here we go. Act 1. Something About Us. If you're just joining in now, the demo for this mod promises 4 to 6 hours of content. And if you guys know my pace, then you should expect it to take 1.5 to 2 times that long. So we should get 2 streams out of this, is my estimation. We'll see how it actually turns out. It's a regular Tuesday morning, like any other. Nothing too exciting, but not entirely boring either. Just the basic run-of-the-mill school run. As per usual, I'm waiting for Sayori, my neighborhood and childhood best friend. She's the kind of person you couldn't imagine making friends with day one. But I guess it just works, since we've known each other basically all our lives. Little bit of Act 1 syndrome here, not gonna lie. In a way, she's like the little sister I never had, despite her being a whole 2 months older than me. I know, right, dude? That's just what you should expect whenever I play a mod. Because everything on stream takes longer. I do appreciate that they changed up the dialogue, even though it basically follows the same structure as the original Act 1. I look at the clock on my phone. Come on, Sayori. We'll be late at this rate. Like grumble to myself. Eventually, the door of her house opens and out emerges Sayori. She's just getting her bag on, all while keeping a half-eaten slice of toast firmly locked in her jaw. Ah, yes, the classic. The classic. Where would we be without the anime girl with the toast in her mouth? Sorry, I overslept again. Her voice is partially muffled by the toast. I figured. Hey! Sayori finally takes the toast out of her mouth and speaks, her voice still slightly muffled due to her chewing. That's mean, Ben. Yeah, exactly, Zach. Kidding, I'm kidding. Since we were young, it's always been easy to tease Sayori from time to time. She knows I'm joking, but her reactions are way too fun to pass up. I hear ya on that. Anyways, you coming? Well, yeah. Again, she's aimlessly cheery, but I know that she's been suffering with depression for the most part of her life. Oh, okay, so he's actually aware of that for once. Wow, are we gonna get an MC that's not dense as fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, are we gonna get an MC that's not dense for once? It feels like something bad's gonna happen. We'll have to wait and see. We're right at the beginning here, so let's see what happens. It took her a lot of courage to admit it to me, but I'm glad she did. If anything, it brought us closer together, and I've made a promise to her that regardless of where life takes us, I'd be there to help her through those dark days. To her credit, though, she's been doing her best to manage it. We soon start to walk up to school. With every passing minute, the streets start getting flooded with students ranging from groups of friends, those on their own, and couples. With Sarah and I making small talk along the way, she then brings up something that's clearly been on her mind for a bit. Say, you've not joined a club yet, have you? Not yet, no. I scratch the back of my neck as my voice trails off. Admittedly, I'd not really been looking for any clubs. None of the clubs I'd seen so far really piqued my interest, and the one club I'd been remotely interested in, the music club, had been closed the previous school year due to a lack of funding. Yep, it's always the music. It's always music that's the first to go, man. It's such shit. At least the high school I went to didn't even have any kind of music class I could take, so it wasn't so bad there, but my man wanted to play the clarinet. Yes, to embrace his inner Squidward. And hopefully be better than him. Feels kind of weird saying good morning when it's 11:45 p.m. for me, but good morning, man. How you doing today? Uh-oh. What are you so focused on, Sayori? What are you so focused on? That needs to be a thing, Bradley. That needs to be a thing. Well, maybe you could check out my club? Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Suri recently told me that she was the vice president of the school's recently established literature club. Whilst literature had never really taken my fancy, I do remember my English grades being decent at best. That, and as a budding musician, it helps to break down song lyrics to find the meanings behind each track. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can actually relate with this MC about music lyrics. Oh my god. I have a demo for my mod out, though almost nothing in the demo is in Act 1. Maybe we'll have to look at that in the coming days here. I'm planning to check out mod demos for a couple days. I don't know, he seems to be a more competent Squidward, I'll put it that way. I like how that's our metric of comparison for this MC right now. Kinda counts as poetry, right? I mean, hey, Monika talks about it in After Stories, so close enough, dude. I mean, I don't really have much else to do, so I guess I can stop by. Yay! She lets out a cheery yawn. Oh, sorry. Yay! Still half asleep, I guess. She then grumbles in a way that's still quite audible. Good job. Good. I think. Do you mean good thing? Good thing I asked Natsuki to make those cupcakes last night. Yeah. I know there's a good ending in the original game, man. I decide to play dumb, even though I clearly heard her. What was that? Nothing! She chuckles as we now stand outside the school gates. Anyways, see you later! Sorry, wait! But before I can finish, she's already become one with the bustling masses. I don't even know where the club is now! Oh, don't worry, she'll probably find you by the end of the day. It is the way of Act 1. Knowing Sayori, she'll realize that and let me know later, though, so I can't complain too much. See? Told ya. I checked my timetable to remind me of my first period. Period 1 History, Mr. I. Serizawa. Probably just butchered that, but yeah, it is what it is. What is the mod about? This is a Monika-focused mod. Let me pull up the premise again here. Here, I'll chuck the premise up on screen quick. Yeah, right there. Pretty much, yeah. You're absolutely right, Bradley. But yeah, there's the premise for you. It promises around 4 to 6 hours of content, so it's a fairly long demo and has some great inspirations behind it. Fallen Angel, exit music, Our Time. Also features some of Soviet Spartan's casual Monika sprite work. So I'm excited to see what all we have in store. So it's another Monika mod which will never be finished. We'll see what happens, mate. We'll see what happens. Logan Paul. Yep, I just think of that one guy from Storage Wars. Unless that is the guy. Oh no, I don't ever hold my breath that every demo that I play is going to be a finished mod. I just love showcasing, new demos. That's what I'm here to do. It's one of my favorite series that I do. That I do on this channel. Ah, history. One of the few subjects I'm genuinely any good at. Wow, an MC that's good at history. Time to get the day over with. Yes. Also, there's this is like manga, right? In a virtual kind of way, but I guess that's one way to look at it. The school day was about as ordinary as ever, and it's over as soon as it began. Yeah, quite a few lines so far. just seem like rehashed lines from the original Act 1, which is why I say it has kind of Act 1 syndrome. But again, it's still really early, so I'm not going to fault it too much. As I start packing my things, it hits me that I've not seen Sayori since this morning. I know, right? She's gone to the club without me, hasn't she? By the time I get to the door, a familiar flash of peach-colored hair and a red bow catch my eye. Sayori runs up to and then holds her arms against the wall. I feel like there's a missing word there, but I can't quite figure out what it's trying to say. Give me a second. You didn't need to run here, you know. But I forgot to tell you where the club is. My earlier guess was right. Fair enough. I step into the corridor. Anyway, we going? Yep. Sayori beams, seeming to fully recover from her breathlessness as we start to walk up. We soon find our way up to a section of the school that I rarely visit, aside from music class. Soon enough, though, we find our way to the club room. I have a peep through the window. I can spot a purple-haired girl with a gentle yet intense expression that's focused on the book on her desk. Ah, Yuri. Yeah, that's kind of what some of these lines are basically. Just, rewritten lines that, that function essentially the same way as the original Act 1. You can also hear some partially muffled voices, hinting at more members inside. Sayori swings the door open and bolts into the room. Guys, the new member is here! But I haven't even figured out if I like the club yet. Oh, hey, Disabled. Haven't heard from you in a while, aside from talking to you on Discord. We all know it's just one big lie. Monika created the Creators Club. No, not that one. It made loads of roleplay to earn money. Oh well. Just roll with it for now, man. I timidly enter the room and wave as the club's other members look in my direction. The girl with the purple hair closes her book before getting up and walking towards me. She speaks in a soft voice that matches her gentle expression. Yeah, I know, man. We're almost less than 100 subs away. I'm at, like, I think 897 last I checked, so 103 to go. Yeah, I'll probably be picking up the pace with these mods, since I'm deciding to stop playing Cold War, which took up a lot of my time the last few weeks. I see. You'll have to let me know how that's going. I don't think I ever directly promised that. So you're the Ben that Sayori was talking about. She always says nice things about you. A much shorter girl with pink hair that's decorated with assorted red clips and ribbons comes up. Seriously, Sayori, you brought a boy? Way to kill the mood. The taller girl sighs. Natsuki. The other girl, apparently named Natsuki, relents and averts her gaze away. I'm also certain that this is the same Natsuki that Sayori said made some cupcakes. Her smaller stature makes me think she may be a first-year student. Oh great, now we can get the party started. That's just what I wanted to hear. Sayori then gets closer to me and whispers, "Just ignore her when she gets moody." She then bounces back as she steps towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. Definitely some Act 1 syndrome now, so I guess we'll have to look for the diverging point. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Yuri's face goes a bit red. Don't just say things like that. Dress up as Monika in a maid dress. Monika actually legit has a maid dress. She just never chooses to wear it, but she does have one. Just throwing that out there. And of course, there's Ben. A voice then calls out from behind me, causing me to turn around to meet a face I'd not seen that much since the second year of high school. Monika? My face adopts a small grin. She doesn't look like she's changed too much. Then again, I have seen her around the school year every so often. But we'd not had a class together since last school year. Yeah, pretty much. Back then, she was the most popular girl in the year, and I'm more than certain she still is. She's smart, beautiful, athletic. She's also someone way, way out of the league of a guy like me. Yep, okay, so he still has that attitude about him towards her. So I see that hasn't changed. So, kind of a mixed bag with this MC. He's aware of Sayori's depression, but he still thinks this way about Monika, so mixed bag, we'll say. Let's just hope he's less dense than he normally is. To be honest, I did develop a sort of schoolboy crush on her during the time we shared at English class, but I never worked up the courage to ask her out. We worked on group projects a fair bit, though. Hey, that's something. You got Vanguard and Battlefield 2042? How fast did you ask for a refund on those games? I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? She smiles sweetly at me, still infectious as always. Yep, and always will be. I've been good, just busy as usual. I hear ya. That reminds me, Monika, without a doubt, was the hardest working person I knew. Her grades were always either near the top or fully on the top of the class and exams. How about you, Ben? Well, I'm glad that you're at least enjoying them, because I have not heard particularly savory things about either of those games. Yeah, once Vanguard gets substantially better, specifically the zombies, maybe then I'll pick it up when it's on sale, but until that day comes, I will not touch that game with a 10-foot pole. And, as for Battlefield 2042, I was going to be keeping an eye on that game, but as per usual with any game launched by EA, it was broken, unfinished, and unpolished. It was absolutely a shit show to watch. I swear, I get more entertainment watching games launch broken than I do actually playing a new game at launch day these days. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that I've been hearing, Bradley. I like the ideas that Battlefield 2042 has, but until it improves, I'm not going to touch that game either. Oh, jeez. I scratched the back of my neck nervously. You know me, same old, same old. Anyway, why don't you come sit down? She gestures over to an amalgamation of desks in the center of the room, formed to create a makeshift table. I also noticed that Natsuki and Yuri had gone to the back of the room, presumably to get some other things. With a nod to Monika, I make my way to sit next to Sayori, still feeling kind of shy. Monika eventually joins us. Whilst having the occasional chat with Sayori, I catch her making the occasional glance over at me. Eventually, she starts to talk to me once again. Yep. And I will say this demo truly does feel like it's the work of somebody making a passion project. Because they were inspired by some pretty good mods and got some help from some noteworthy faces as far as like the DDLC modding scene is concerned. A couple of CGs from Stormblazed, and he got permission to use Soviet Spartan's casual Monika sprite work. So I'm excited to see those and just the story for the mod. So, what made you consider the club? What's Doki Doki Within? I'll send you the premise on Discord quick. Same script, but something fishy is going on. Like I've been saying, it's kind of Act 1 syndrome, where the mod kind of rehashes Act 1. Yeah, pretty much it's just the same general layout as Act 1, just with different dialogue. And Oren... Here is the premise for the mod. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Hold up. I called the picture premise. Did it save to a... Yeah, it must have saved to a different folder. Yeah, it probably saved to a different folder. No, where did it save to? Wait, did it save to my pictures folder? It probably did. Yeah, it did. Okay, there we go. That's the right one. Well, Suri mentioned it on the walk to school this morning, and I told her I'd check it out. I feel my face redden a little. Yeah, this demo is a month old. And according to the... Yeah, so this represents a couple months of work. Originally started in August as a DDLC fanfiction, but they decided to transform it into a mod. So this went from being a fanfic to a mod in 2 months. Not bad if you ask me. No need to get embarrassed. Monika eases any nerves I admittedly may have had. I promise we'll make you feel right at home, okay? What are the first DDLC mods? Why did they repeat it? Because they're too lazy. Again, I find myself smiling at her. We then hear Natsuki's footsteps approaching. I turn and notice her holding a small plastic container. Must be the fabled cupcake Sarah was on about earlier. She then places the container on the table and rests her hand on the small lip on the edge of the lid. Okay, y'all ready? Her voice is lined with anticipation. After a collective nod, Natsuki practically rips the lid off, revealing a batch of white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. Ta-da! Natsuki says that with a big toothy grin, clearly proud of her work. The three of our eyes lighten up. They look amazing. I feel kind of bad about eating them. The curse of good-looking food. So cute! Sarah's excitement overshadows everything else. We each take a cupcake and start to eat. Honestly, they taste as great as they look. The soft texture of the white cream perfectly accompanies the taste of the small bits of chocolate. I turn to Natsuki, swallowing before opening my mouth. You made these? She raises an eyebrow. Wait, Dan attended SawCon? God damn. Yeah? I think my mate's making a joke. These taste great. Thanks for bringing them. I give her an earnest smile, causing her to fold her arms and blush a little. Well, it's not like I made them for you or anything. I never said you did. I decided to give up on Natsuki's bizarre logic and turn my attention to Yuri, who's coming over with a tray holding a collection of teacups and a teapot. The faint steam hinting at freshly made tea. Always a pleasant smell. You keep a whole tea set in here? Yuri smiles as gently as ever. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Well, I'm not complaining. Besides, I wouldn't turn down some tea. I'm glad. Her cheeks redden a bit as she sets down the tray and starts pouring a drink for each of us. She then takes a seat after handing us our respective cups. So Ben, what kind of things do you like to read? I was afraid of this question. Like, yeah, I've read a fair bit in the past, but nowhere near as much as anybody else in this club has, let alone Yuri. Yes! Of course, still gotta be honest. Well, most of the time it ends up being like manga, song lyrics, and some other books. My voice trails off a bit. No worries. Maybe you'll pick up something to read during your time here. Maybe I will. I smile at Yuri again. Maybe I'll be able to get recommendations from them both one day. Who knows? As the conversations carry on between each of us, I learn a bit more about the girls' literary interests. Honestly, it's amazing that they all seem quite close despite their varied tastes. Alright, see you later then, Roblox is fun. Yeah, it soon gets suggested that Natsuki's been writing poems recently, seemingly on the cute side. Nice. Well, I'm glad, mate. I'm glad I could help you. Because honestly, the next few weeks at work are gonna suck. And not just because Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up. It's something else. Kinda curious to learn more about that. Turn to her. You write your own poems, Natsuki? I guess. Why do you care? I find that impressive. Would you mind sharing them at some point? No. She retreats into her chair. You wouldn't like them. Not a confident writer, I presume? Stating the obvious as usual. If I knew you were going to be Captain Obvious, I would have named you Obvious. Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, so next Friday. Or not, I guess, since it's Sunday, yeah, this upcoming Friday. Sorry, didn't mean to misspeak there.
I feel the same as Natsuki.
Yuri suddenly pipes up, still as gentle as ever.
Sharing that level of writing requires more than just confidence. You must be willing to show your readers your vulnerable side, even showing them the deepest reaches of your heart.
That was quite poetic, if I do say so myself. Monika jumps in.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe Natsuki would feel comfortable if you shared some of your work.
Yuri goes to say something, but falls silent shortly after a bit of stammering. I empathize with her in a way. Like, I'm not usually the best at sharing my more emotional side so freely, especially with people I've really just met. Yep. I glanced back at Monika. I guess it's the same for Yuri too, then. Well, you tried, right?
Aww. I wanted to read everyone's poems.
There's a moment of silence. Seemingly out of nowhere, Monika's vibrant green eyes sparkle with optimism.
Okay, everyone, I've got an idea.
Our collective gaze fixes on Monika.
How about we all go home and write a poem of our own, and then share them tomorrow? That way, everyone's even.
There's a bit of hesitation from Natsuki and Yuri. Kind of expected that to be the case, though. I go to speak. I remember a story in the UK where some stores had survival bags for staff because they thought staff would be injured. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Things have never gotten that bad at the store that I work at. But, yeah. That's crazy. I definitely...
Yeah, let's do it!
Definitely is spelled wrong there. I'm suddenly cut off by Sayori's burst of energy. How the hell do I keep up with her? I don't know, man. It does seem to put a smile on Monika's face, though. She then turns to me.
And since we have a new member now, it should help strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ben?
Well, I hadn't been actively considering joining any clubs full-time, but I can't deny that this club has quite a relaxed atmosphere. Be it because of the girls themselves, or simply because it's a smaller club. I still haven't quite worked that one out yet. I'm sure you'll figure it out in the coming days. It can't be that hard. Besides, if writing poems is what it takes to reconnect with Monika, then I'd say it's worth it. I collect my thoughts. Yep. Deep breaths, man. Deep breaths. Yeah, I agree with that.
Wait, you're joining?
My response seems to take Sayori by surprise. I nudge her. Come on, you think I wouldn't join? Besides, it's kind of cozy. That feeling of happiness about my decision seems to be mutual throughout the group. Hell, even Natsuki seems glad.
If you just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed.
Sounds like something I could see myself saying.
Well, that makes it official.
Whilst Monika's voice is addressing the four of us, her eyes remain focused on me.
Welcome to the Literature Club.
After that, the meeting slowly comes to its conclusion. Wrong it's there. You don't need that apostrophe. The easiest way to tell if you need an apostrophe is to read a sentence as I'll use this as the example, I guess. The meeting slowly comes to its conclusion. If that doesn't sound like it makes sense, that's how you know you don't need that apostrophe there. It was a lot less nerve-wracking than I thought it'd be. Everyone seems really nice, too, which makes the atmosphere that much better. I pull out my phone to make a note for tonight's assignment. Write a poem for tonight. Using Grammarly. I've never used Grammarly, but I've heard Grammarly, according to some, kind of sucks. So, I've never tried it, because I don't do enough writing to justify needing Grammarly, but yeah, it's a thing. Suri then skips up to me as I slide my phone back into my pocket.
You ready to go?
Yeah, hang on. I sling my bag over my shoulder. Before we leave, I wave and say goodbye to the rest of the club. Whilst Natsuki and Yuri shyly wave back at me, Monika waves back in a way that's almost she's saying goodbye to an old friend.
See you tomorrow!
Me and Suri begin our journey home. All throughout the walk home, my mind is already racing on what I could write tonight. However, there's really only one thing, one person, in fact, that my mind keeps coming back to. That being Monika. Just Monika. They had to throw it in there at least once. It's almost an obligatory reference at this point for a Monika mod. I couldn't put a finger on it as to why she was floating around in my brain. Maybe it's because of my still present crush on her. Can't say for sure. I would say that's probably it, mate. All I know is that she leaves me with this rather pleasant feeling in my chest, almost reminding me of when I first laid eyes on her. I stop momentarily and place my hand on my chest. My heart won't stop pounding. Earth to Ben? You might want to calm down, mate. Jesus. Save that for later. Sayori's voice breaks my thoughts. Yeah? I turn to face her, my face feeling slightly red.
Are you okay?
Hand still on my chest, I feel my heartbeat starting to steady. It's nothing, Sayori. I can't tell her why I'm feeling this way. At least why I think I do anyway. How would she even react? Just got stuff on my mind, that's all. I guess we'll find out soon, Zach. The look that Sayori gives me is one that says, I can see right through you, but she doesn't say anything to confirm that suspicion. I think those words need reordering.
Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow!
I bid her goodbye as we go our separate ways. As usual, I try the door to see if Mum's back from work. I get my key out of my pocket and let myself in. So I guess that's a no. I know Mum has been working 2 jobs since my dad died, but honestly it gets lonely sometimes being here on my own. I don't blame your mom then. Damn, bro. I feel bad. Fetch a small bag of crisps from the cupboard to keep my stomach satisfied till dinner. Yeah, I don't know whatever would have helped me figure that out. Making my way upstairs, I take a quick detour into my bedroom, which I can describe as a nerd's paradise, to drop my bag and get out of my uniform. Right. Can't really focus at home like that now, can I? After that, and more snacking, I make my way to what used to be the guest room. To be honest, for a while, it's been my makeshift music studio. My room wasn't anywhere big enough to hold all the equipment gathered with every birthday and Christmas, and since we don't really have to do long-term guests anymore, my mom one day decided screw it and gave me the extra space. Nice! Honestly, I doubted I'd be as into music as I am now if it wasn't for her, given that she was a local singer before she had me. Oh, that's cool! Despite that, our musical styles couldn't be any more contrasting. Whilst, Mum's style is simply her voice accompanied by a guitar or piano, mine is far more reliant on synths and with the occasional guitar and piano. I like synth, man! Even then, I've never truly settled on a single style. Guess you could say I make whatever's on my mind. Good way to sum up my channel in a nutshell. Just whatever the hell I feel like making. To be honest, that would explain why I can't think of anything at the moment. I then head back to my room and sit at my desk. I grab a pen and a single piece of paper and start jotting down what's on my mind. It should help with writing that poem later. Not a bad idea. After about 5 minutes, I'm finished. Amidst the standard emotional stuff, there's the remnants of when I may have gone too far into my heart. Hey Goose, how's it going? Also, you spelled remnants wrong. You don't need that second E there. Must have written down and scribbled out Monika's name at least 4 or 6 times. Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. You sure that's a crush? You sure? You sure that's a crush? Even now, the thought of her makes my heart race. Maybe that schoolboy crush of mine never died. Yeah, I just wonder if it didn't change into something else. Grabbing a second sheet of paper, I feel a new sense of determination as I start letting my heart guide the movements of my pen. That in itself is oddly poetic of me. Is that a good sign? There's really only one way to find out. Ooh, we're in the music room now. With the ring of the bell, another day of class has come to an end. Since my last class was music, I quickly make my way to the club room. To my surprise, I'm the first one here. I at least thought that Monika would have been here first, given her being club president and all. Seizing the brief alone time I know I have, I take a seat. That is the music room from DDLC Plus. I take a seat at the nearest adjacent desk and take out my laptop to make some little tweaks to my latest class project. The project itself is nothing too out there. It's a simple piece, driven mostly by a steady bass line, a piano, and a kick drum. According to what I've read, the backgrounds from DDLC Plus are fair game, so it's akin to some of my earlier hyperactive productions, but definitely more simplistic when it comes to the sound design. Yeah, it also said backgrounds are fair game, though. I listened to it. I listened again. Maybe I should scrap this. Just then, my head darts back as the door opens. It's Monika. Uh-oh. She don't look too happy. If somebody wants to double check it, feel free. Yeah. Just found it. Just found it. There you go. Notes about DDLC Plus. 3 backgrounds from Plus that are permissible to use in fan work as the original game backgrounds. Music room, stairwell, morning club room. There you go. Told you it was fair game. I focused back on my laptop, praying she didn't notice me or my dilemma. Not even gonna comment on how she looks bothered by something. I agree, Bradley, I agree. However, I then hear her back softly hit against the door with a long, exhausted sigh. I glance back and her eyes meet mine. Hey, Ben. Hey, Monika. You good? She smiles back. Kinda. Just science class stressing me out. I sympathize with her. There's only 2 science teachers for our year, those being Ms. Nakama and Mr. Kurosawa. Whereas Nakama is more youthful and her lessons tend to be more down-to-earth from what Siri's told me, Kurosawa has a bit of a rep for being a hard ass. Let me guess, Kurosawa giving you a hard time? I pull out a chair for her. Don't even have to say anything, and she starts to come over to join me. Her eyes then focus on the screen of my laptop. What are you up to? My eyes dart to the screen, then back to her. It's nothing. Just a class project. Kinda thinking of starting over. She focuses a little more on the screen before her eyes flicker back to meet mine. A smile forms across her face. Mind if I have a listen? Sure. I smile back as I then hit the spacebar to start the track. Again, part of me wants to restart it, but I can't help but notice that Monika kinda seems to enjoy it. Even bobbing her head to the beat. As soon as it began, the track comes to an end, and, as if on cue, the door opens and the rest of the club makes their way into the room. Monika quickly turns to me, seemingly taken aback by the sudden entry of the rest of the club. I'll tell you what I thought in a bit. Okay. She smiles sweetly. That damn irresistible smile of hers. You need a second eye there. I'm pretty sure, anyway. Yeah, I'm not getting the usual red lines there, so. She then gets up and starts to greet the rest of the club. I quickly close my laptop and slide it back into my bag. I feel the air quickly leave my lungs as a pair of arms suddenly clamp around me. Hey, Ben! Her voice rings into my ears. Hey, Sayori. I struggle to get my words out as I wriggle my way to freedom. Yuri then approaches me, a warm yet timid smile on her face. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, Ben. You don't have to worry about me doing that. Besides, how can I run from a place as cozy as this? Natsuki soon interjects with a mix of her regular sass and a grin. Don't get too comfy, though, or you won't hear the end of it. I know. Honestly, it's kind of amusing when Natsuki tries to be assertive. Although, I have the feeling that if I said that, my nose would probably be the first to know it. Sarah lets out a giggle before speaking again. Don't worry, Ben. Always gives it his best when he's having fun. He even helps me with busy work without me even asking. She then audibly counts everything I've helped her with. Cooking, cleaning my room. She eventually loses her train of thought.
How dependable.
Yuri gently smiles at the pair of us.
I might be a little jealous if I'm honest.
To be fair, this isn't the first time someone might have gotten the wrong impression about Sarah and I's friendship. No, Yuri, it's not like that at all. Her room gets a bit distracting when it's messy. I then turn to Sayori, not to mention the little incident with the bacon last week.
Can we not bring that up?
Yeah, she almost set her kitchen on fire. After that, everyone departs to what I assume are their usual activities. Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Sarah is having a cheery conversation with Monika in the corner, and Yuri's face is buried within a quite sizable novel. Her intense expression hints that she's been longing for this moment. Speaking of novels, I should probably pick up a book to read. After all, I did join a literature club. It's really the least I can do. I walk to the back of the room and start scanning the books located there. My eyes scan each title of the various spines. I mumble to myself, keeping my voice as quiet as possible so as not to distract the girls. Yeah, we still gotta finish that too. Although from what it sounds like, we're gonna continue, continuing that tomorrow night. Exit music, no. Fallen Angel, no. I keep going until my eyes meet on a peculiar looking spine. I go to pull the book off the shelf to check out the book more thoroughly. That is until I feel a tap on my shoulder and I spin around, quite honestly taken aback. It's just Sayori. I keep my voice low.
Jesus, you startled me. Monika wants to ask you about something.
Oh? She then practically drags me by the arm to the front of the class, where, as suggested, Monika's waiting for me. Any hard run, she might have yanked my arm clean off. Okay, are your arms made of noodles or something? Monika closes her notebook and looks up at me, smiling once more.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Monika. I find myself blushing. Sarah gives me a sly glance that simply says, I knew it, but Monika doesn't seem to notice. Noodle boy. Sayori says you wanted me for something?
Yeah, I do actually.
Monika steps up from the desk and gets near me and Sayori.
I was gonna get some supplies from the art department, and I was wondering if you'd maybe want to tag along.
The way she says that sends butterflies down my stomach. At the same time, I can't help but think, wouldn't Sayori be better for that?
But I'm still designing...
She stops herself and then lowers her voice a bit, as to not get the attention of Natsuki and Yuri.
The posters...
I decide not to press either of them on it just yet. In that case, I'd be happy to. I smile at Monika. The look on Sarah's face from earlier remains. Maybe this can give us a bit more time to talk? Monika beams at me.
I promise we won't be too long.
Honestly, I'd love to spend as much time as I can with her. Monika then turns her attention to Sayori.
You don't mind watching the club while we're gone, right?
Welcome back, man. How's it going?
Well, I am the vice president after all.
Sayori playfully teases before plopping herself at the front desk. And with that, Monika lets Natsuki and Yuri know that the pair of us will be back in a bit before making our way out to the corridor. Once outside, I notice Monika looking back into the club with a not-so-subtle smile on her face.
It's just so relaxing in there.
I agree, that is very confusing, Demon Player. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I can't help but smile too. It is. I'm guessing that's part of the reason you started it in the first place.
Honestly, yeah. Most of the other clubs were mostly arguing over publicity, the budget, and the festival. Not to mention the drama. She chuckles as she looks back internally. Like, in the second year, you must have been part of every major club there was. And if I remember right, weren't you in the debate club at the start of this year? Oh god, don't get me started on debate club. Worst mistake of my life.
The worst mistake of your life so far. Okay, I did not expect to see a Simpsons movie reference coming into this, but I'll take it. As we get further, the conversation only grows. It's not too long until Monika's letting me know how most of the bigger clubs aren't all they're cracked up to be. Eventually we end up talking about the literature club again.
I'd rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
Your enthusiasm is about as contagious as her smile. In that case, I'm surprised more people haven't joined yet. It is true, though. I mean, I know a literature club doesn't sound too enthusiastic. For me, it's only fair to judge a club by its members. At least from what I can tell, everyone else in the club seems really nice and close with each other. Yes, donuts. Yeah, what makes you say that? Monika speaks again.
That only makes events like the festival that much more important. Hopefully we can all grow the club before we graduate.
A thought popped into my head. So after that, would Natsuki become president or something?
No. Natsuki's in the same year as the rest of us.
My bad. My face flushes red. That also makes me wonder why Natsuki is much more frail compared to the rest of us. There's quite a bit you don't know, mate. It's a little concerning, but it'd be a bit odd of me to ask about that out of the blue. Yeah, just a bit. Eventually, though, we reached the door to the art department. It's a section of the school I've not visited since first year. To be honest, I was never really any good at art in the traditional sense, being more creative with computers and music software, so I dropped out of it at the start of the second year. Wish I could do that with classes. I noticed Monika peeking through the door, presumably checking if there's a club going on or something. That's supposed to be a second E.
We're clear!
Monika calls me over as she opens the door, and I quickly follow her inside. Ooh! I think I've seen this in one or two other mods? Nice! I think I remember this from World of Dreams, because we did some painting with Kota Noha in this room. Monika's already made her way to the supply closet, and has started to search. I, on the other hand, just idly stand there whilst taking the occasional glance at her. Eventually, she breaks the silence.
Hey, could you hold this for a sec?
What is your question, mate? She holds out a small pile of cardstock. Yeah, there's some interesting DDLC and Undertale crossover stuff. I think my favorite stuff is the fan-made music people have made. I take it and she thanks me with the same sweet smile she always had. In a way, I'm glad we're doing this out of normal school hours. God only knows what the kind of rumors that would spring up if anyone outside the club saw us alone in a classroom. Jesus, excuse me. Although, admittedly, the thought of us making out in a barren classroom feels kinda... Ben? Focus! Have your fantasy thoughts another time, man. Monika's curious tone snaps me out of my little daydream.
You okay?
Yeah, just spaced out a bit. I stammer as I try to cover my back. She seems to buy it, fortunately.
No worries.
She giggles as she steps out of the closet and shuts the door behind her.
It happens to the best of us.
Can't imagine you doing it.
Well...
She traces the edge of a desk with her finger, as if tracing back her thoughts.
It's happened to me before. Hell, when Sari first came to the club, she caught me napping on the front desk.
Giant air quotes around this. Very professional of you, Monika. Now that sounds more like Sayori than you. I decide to tease her a bit.
Coffee only gets you so far, you know?
Apparently you needed more coffee. 3 cups weren't enough, huh? Yeah, she's right about that. Honestly, outside of the club, Monika seems really genuine and down to earth. Oh, sorry, I just saw your question. I don't find you annoying, no. Part of me wonders if anyone else has seen this side of her. I think you're missing a word there. Not me. I can't draw for shit. I mean, I'm guessing that everyone else in the club has, and her other friends have seen it.
I think we're all done here. Ready to head back?
Yeah. I make sure I've still got everything she's handed me, and we start making our way back upstairs. Why we didn't just use an elevator is beyond me, but I'm not complaining about spending more time with Monika, because Monika likes her exercise, damn it. Before we start to reach the club room, I decide to ask about the track we listened to before club started. Hey, so what did you think about that? Oh, excuse me, Jesus. You'll have to let me know how that goes then. What did you think about the track from earlier?
I liked it.
Her eyes meet mine.
My only problem with it is that it's too short.
It's nothing, really. Honestly, I'm gonna bring back the drinking game, because this line has come up so many times. Every time MC blushes about something, take a shot. Great idea. Just don't hurt yourself, man. But yep, it's coming up often enough that I feel like I can make a drinking game out of it. Besides, knowing you, you're probably better at music than I am.
I did practice piano a bit, but I wasn't any good at it.
Hey man, how's it going?
The way she said that suggests there's more she wants to hide from me.
Maybe if we get closer she'll open up, but who knows if that'll ever happen. We soon make our way back to the club room. Will anyone make an Eminem FNF mod? I have not searched Game Banana for an FNF Eminem mod, but it would surprise me if isn't one. He's a rapper. Upon entering, not much has changed. Yuri's still focused on her novel, while Sari and Natsuki are chatting near the windowsill. Sari then notices us both and practically skips towards us. Excuse me, Jesus. Have you ever played Subnautica? No, but I've heard good things about it.
You get everything you needed?
Both of us nod.
Yep, honestly, Ben was a real help.
It's no problem, really. Natsuki then pipes up as Sarah collects everything and takes it to the front.
What took you two so long? Were you making out?
As much as I'd love to have that happen, I can't help but be a little taken aback by how sincere she sounded. I glance at Monika and we both share a blush. But the more I look at her, the more I see a faint smile being delicately painted across her face. Maybe deep down, she wanted that to have been a reality? Natsuki then focuses in on me.
Honestly, Ben, I thought you'd just be a pump and go kind of guy, but color me impressed.
She caps that off with an insanely cheeky smile. I can tell she's being sarcastic. Pump and go kind of guy? What does she... You can figure it out, Chad. The gears in his head are slowly turning. He's slowly figuring it out. Oh. My face goes an even deeper shade of red. One that my nerdy brain can only be described as almost cock-a-demon. No, Natsuki. By the time I gather myself, Natsuki has already gotten closer to me and brings herself up to my ear. Well, as close as someone as short as her can get. It's obvious you've thought about it. I go to deny it, but thankfully I don't need to, as Natsuki's already charted off safely back under the windowsill. Yuri looks over at her and sighs.
Please show some decency, Natsuki. I was only teasing.
Natsuki's voice whines as Yuri shakes her head. That's perfectly fine with me, man. If you just use me as background noise, that's fine with me. Can't deny it was at least kind of funny. I don't have much time to settle down before Monika announces to the club.
Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems.
And honestly, I don't blame you if you're only kind of half paying attention to this mod so far, because it's kind of, it kind of has some Act 1 syndrome to it. Yes, quite. With that, Natsuki and Dur reluctantly get their poems out of their bags, as do I. To each their own, Ramon. To each their own. Sayori pulls hers out of her pocket. Typical Sayori. Monika then walks over to me.
You remember to write a poem last night?
I did, yeah. It was kind of the first thing I did when I got back. Probably not any good. Monika then pats my shoulder.
Don't worry, I'm not really good at this either.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I don't try to, but, cool, I guess. A faint blush then overcomes her cheeks. Maybe because Monika, I usually see Monika as kind of flirty.
Besides, I'm just looking forward to see how you express yourself.
In what voice do you want me to say ara ara? The way she smiles at me, combined with how she said that last part, sends a rather pleasant feeling down my stomach. I can't describe it too well, but it's really sweet. Ara ara. You too, Monika. She then strides off back to the front desk to get her notebook. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your head hurts, man. Maybe get an aspirin or something. Still feeling a tinge awkward about the whole scenario I've thrown myself into, I go to share my poem with Sayori. After all, she knows me better than anybody in this club does. With that in mind, I go over and sit in front of her. Hey, Sayori. She smiles cheerfully. Oh, hey, Ben. You ready to share your poem? I guess. Once again, I find myself mumbling. God, this is embarrassing. I lower my head to the desk, only for Sayori to do the same, lowering her voice as well.
About the poem or what Natsuki said about you and
About the poems! I responded quickly, keeping my voice low enough to not catch anyone else's attention. I'll make sure to edit it in later. About hour 26 into the stream. Afterwards, I place my head on the desk, only for Sora to pat the back of my noggin. I believe you. Don't worry. I look up at her and smirk, sliding my poem over to her. She flashes me a quick smile before starting to read my poem. In time, she finishes reading, looking quite proud. This is a really good poem. It's got some nice feelings in it. I chuckle with another smirk. You're just saying that. No, I'm not. I mean it. Oh, she sounds sincere. Thanks, Sayori. Surely I'm not as good as she's making it out to be. Can't deny it. Feels nice, though. Anyway, did I read your poem? Go for it! Sayori beams. I pick her poem off the table and begin to read it. The poem titled Dear Sunshine seems just like something you can imagine Sayori writing. The more melancholic connotations to the words aren't lost on me either. However, that last line makes me smile to myself. Exactly, man. If it's not your thing, that's cool, man. To each their own. I want breakfast. It's a pretty good. I'm sorry, I can't help but imagine that line with an Italian accent. You're fucking asking for an Italian accent when you write a sentence. It's a pretty good. But did you write this morning? She seems genuinely confused. In response, I turn the paper in her direction so she can read it and point to the line. Her eyes scan the paper until they finally meet my finger. I don't remember writing that. I give her a reassuring smile. Come on, it's okay. She smiles back as I continue. Besides, if you think about it, it still works. Sarah cocks her head a little to the side. The way I'm thinking about it is that the subject of the poem is probably just waking up like they would any other day. Maybe the whole I want breakfast thing could be seen as them getting out of bed? She's nodding as if she's thinking it over, as if she didn't think that much about it when she wrote it. Well, that actually kind of makes sense. Focusing. Hold on, Bradley. I'm gonna Google search that. Okay, I like this. I like this. That's great. I'm so happy I decided to Google search that.
You're sounding a bit like Monika.
I feel myself blushing slightly. Nah, you're just saying that. Part of me hoping that Monika didn't hear that. Sayori simply shakes her head, her grin never leaving her face.
Anyways, I'm gonna go share with Natsuki now. In a bit.
In a bit, I wave back at Sayori as she starts chatting with Natsuki. I look back to Monika and I notice she's just finished up with Yuri. Monika seems quite eager to see my poem earlier, so it only makes sense that I share with her next. Poem in hand, I get up and walk over. I give her a short wave and a smile. Hey! Her eyes seem to meet mine and she smiles sweetly at me. I think you put the wrong name there. I don't know. Something doesn't look quite right here. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Hey Ben, you having a good time so far?
I am, yeah. I take a seat right in front of her.
I'm glad.
I choose to ignore the fact that I've not really spent too much time inside the club room today. Haven't spent the majority of my time here with her. But in all fairness, I'd be lying if I didn't say I was enjoying myself.
Also, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any ideas of other activities we could do or what we could do better, don't be afraid to let me know.
Pretty much. Don't worry, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'm gonna be afraid to let her know. Besides, what experience do I have with organizing clubs? Better off just trusting Monika's judgment on these things. Anyway, I guess I've got to show you my poem now. I timidly slide the sheet over.
Yep. I've actually been looking forward to it.
Everyone's poems are just mine. She picks up the sheet and begins to read it with an intent expression. Minutes pass. More than enough time for her to finish reading the poem. My mind keeps telling me she hates it. She hates it. But eventually, she places the paper down and looks quite astonished.
Are you sure this is your first time writing poetry?
You sound like Yuri all of a sudden. Yeah? I feel a bead of sweat trickle down my forehead. Cue the profusely sweating guy gif. Is that bad?
No.
Monika's tone shifts to a more apologetic one.
I didn't mean it like that.
Her cheeks redden a bit.
I just meant that it was pretty good.
Sayori saying that is one thing, but Monika though. No, you can't be serious.
No, I am.
She smiles sweetly at me, causing me to smile back.
In a way, the language kind of reminds me of my own poems.
It does? I'm surprised by that comment. My writing's never been that great, even with my improvement over the years. No way in hell it could seriously compare to her work, though, right? She nods, sliding her notebook over to me, signaling me to read it. I'm pretty sure you only need one L there. I focus in on the page. Hold up. Her poems seem to tell the story of a person doing all they can to preserve the way that people think about them, no matter the strain on her mind, or on their mind. It's quite solemn yet hopeful at the same time. By the end, there's the suggestion that one day they won't need to keep up appearances. I read it through a second time before looking back up at Monika, completely taken aback. I knew she'd be good at this, but this is something else. That was really great. Is that all you can say, Ben? I'm glad you liked it. As I hand her book back, a thought crosses my mind. Kinda curious though, what was on your mind when you wrote this? Monika stops, silently mulling over what to say next. How to be careful about this.
I'd say that over the years, I've noticed that some people have a habit of keeping up appearances just because people see them a certain way.
That's a little deeper than I expected. It does remind me of a certain people I've seen, mostly high schoolers. Go on.
Like, I wouldn't say I'm the best at reading people, but I at least think people like that may hate being held to such high standards.
She goes on, sounding like an expert. And again, she's been around so many people over the years I've known her, so that very well may be the case. Sorry, that sentence kind of tripped me up. She's been around so many people over the years I've known her, so that very well may be the case. I think you need a comma right here to break that up a little better. I take a sigh as I collect my thoughts. Honestly, that's partially what I thought it was about. She gives me a knowing smile.
Maybe we're more alike than you thought.
I seriously doubt that. All because we thought the same thing once can't mean much, right? Unless she remembers our discussions back in class back then. Girl's mind is far better than mine, if that's the case. I decide to humor her. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. That's something that takes me back fondly. She was the only person that made last year's English class bearable to get through. Swap the E to here, the A where the R is, and then the R where the E is, and you're good to go. Man, I wish I could do that, Zach. It'd be really handy at work, you know? I wonder that too. It just seems so unnecessary to me. But then again, UK people probably question why we don't have them in there, so it is what it is. I guess that's why I always gravitated towards her for group work. Either that, or it's probably because she's the one person in that class that put up with my sorry ass. Maybe it's a bit of both. I don't fucking know. I love this guy's thought process. That is literally what, like, the exact words I would use in this situation. Maybe it's a bit of both. I don't fucking know. God, are you a mind reader, dude? That's in the past. I gotta focus now. I gotta focus on now. Oop, I skipped over one. Monika is the first to talk after our short laugh.
I was kind of worried you wouldn't take this seriously, but you surprised me.
I feel my face redden a bit. Hey, it's nothing. I chose to be a part of this club after all.
And I'm glad you are.
Thanks, Monika. My stammering side takes center stage yet again. Damn nerves.
Thanks for sharing.
I get up from my seat to figure out who to share with next. Since Suri and Natsuki still seem to be in deep discussion, whether about the poem or something else is anyone's guess, I decide to share it with Yuri. And with one final sigh, that's everyone shared with. I had a feeling today would be a bit more stressful than before because of the poems, and I was partially right about that. Sure, Monika and Suri were easy enough to deal with, but sharing with Natsuki and Yuri was a little more tense than I would have liked. No worries though, I'm sure I'll be able to improve. Yuri seemed quite willing to help me with that, eager almost. As I'm sitting back, I can see Suri and Monika having a chat. I think they just finished sharing. Natsuki and Yuri, on the other hand, seem to be trying to find the right words to say to each other. From where I'm sitting, I see Natsuki slide Yuri's poem back over to her in a rather dismissive fashion.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Yuri smiles sadly in response.
Ah, thanks.
She then returns Natsuki's poem back to her.
Yours is cute.
Both responses are rather drab. Hell, they do seem to generalize each other's work a bit. Natsuki stands up, seeming quite irritated by Yuri's comment.
Cute? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that.
Yuri visibly panics. It's obvious she's not used to being put on the spot like this.
I just meant the language, I guess? I was trying to say something nice. Oh yeah? Well, it didn't come out nice at all.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scoffs. A tense moment of silence follows. Monika and Suri turn around in preparation for whatever may happen next. Yuri breaks the silence as quickly as it had come over the room.
Well, I do have some If I wanted suggestions, I'd ask someone who actually liked it.
How's it going, mate? I don't think I've seen you around here before, so welcome to the stream.
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and so did Ben. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me.
As a sharp contrast to Natsuki, Yuri's soft and calculated mannerisms are enough to silence her.
I've spent a long time refining my writing style, and unless I come across anything new that inspires me, I don't see it changing.
Natsuki's face adopts a clear look of irritation.
And Ben liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
To be honest, I was impressed by both your poems, so that's actually kind of true. The pair fall silent for a brief moment before Natsuki cracks a smug smile, like she's cracked the Enigma code or something.
I didn't know you were so invested in trying to impress Ben, Yuri. What?
Yuri's expression changes to one of flustered bewilderment. I look back at Suri and Monika, who just seem confused by Natsuki's sudden comment. Yeah, to be fair, I would be confused too. Like, what the hell is this? I'm on the same page as them. I turn back to Natsuki and Yuri with a sigh. Guess it's up to me to put a stop to this before it escalates any further. Listen, girls. The pair of them look at me with expectant eyes. It's true that both your poems impressed me. I can't deny that. Is that any reason to take shots at each other? I give them a brief period of time to think what I just said over before continuing. Like, seriously. You both are able to convey the messages you want to send with however many words you like. It doesn't matter which words you use, your message is still valid. Respect. Getting straight to the point. I like it. More silence. I'm just wondering where the fuck this confidence came from. Don't ask, just roll with it, man. I look back, feeling unsure of my attempt to disarm the possible argument. Both Sarah and Monika are nodding vigorously. You need an O there where that E is. Monika herself especially looked fairly surprised. To her credit, she always knew me as the guy who was too nervous to speak up in class.
You're right.
I will say, could do with a change in tone with the music for when he steps in.
I am terribly sorry for disrespecting your work, Natsuki.
Natsuki, however, looks like she still might have some fight left in her. Before she can throw out anything else, Monika steps in, and whilst the look on her face is stern, her voice is soft and calm.
Natsuki, Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki simply looks away from the rest of the group, completely unsure of what to say. Soon enough, though, she turns to face Yuri.
Look, Yuri, I'm sorry too.
As the pair of them make up, I go to Siri and breathe a sigh of relief.
I didn't know you had that in ya.
Siri, of course, seems quite impressed. Yes, he did the thing.
Seriously, thanks for stepping in there. I can't even manage my own club members. Some president I am, huh?
Hey, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up over it, okay? I think everyone's just a little on edge today. It's only after I've finished talking that I realized I'd placed my hand on Monika's shoulder. I quickly retracted. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's only once she says that I spot a faint blush creep its way onto her cheeks. Hey!
Okay, everyone, it's time to wrap up for today.
Once again, Monika's voice fills the room, her confidence in herself seemingly returning.
How did everyone feel about sharing poems? I think it went great. It went better than I thought it would.
It went okay. Well, mostly. I knew you'd slip it in there. Natsuki flashes Yuri an awkward glance, but she doesn't seem to notice. Monika then turns her attention to me.
How about you, Ben?
I'd say it went pretty well. She smiles optimistically.
In that case, why don't we do the same thing tomorrow?
The remaining four agree in unison. To be fair, I doubt I'd get better at this if we just dropped it after one day. Besides, I'm not going to turn down a way to express myself creatively. After some more conversation about today, we all start to pack up. It isn't too long until Sarah and I wave goodbye and depart from the club. Kind of. Unlike most of our walks home, Sarah is fairly quiet for the most part. However, it's clear it's not because of something bothering her. Rather, it seems like she's thinking hard about something. I swear, the inner machinations of her mind could be one of life's greatest mysteries. Do I gotta bust out the Patrick meme here? To think that I once thought there wasn't more to her than unfiltered happiness. Oh, how naive I was.
Hey, Ben?
Sayori speaks after what feels like forever, although realistically it must have only been after a couple minutes at most.
Mind if I ask you something interesting?
I'd say that depends on what kind of interesting you're talking about here, Sayori.
I don't even know if that's the right word to use.
Yeah, sure. I stop on the pavement and turn on my heel to face Sayori. A moment passes as she ponders with how to word whatever she's going to ask me.
So... how do you think Monika feels about you?
What? Out of whatever I was expecting her to ask, that certainly wasn't it. Yeah, this is kind of out of nowhere. Like, hello? Sari, it's been 2 days. Why don't we slow down with this? Hell, it's kind of surprising that she was so forward with it. Yeah, this is kind of out of nowhere. Normally she'd just verbally dance around the actual question. Where on earth did that come from? I shouldn't say much, but she did kind of ask me about you this morning. Plus, it's pretty obvious you're into her, Ben. How did she know? The gears in his head are slowly turning, ladies and gentlemen. Yup, she can see right through me. Yup. There's our moment of truth. Right there. That is our moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Actually dense. Just gotta play it cool, Ben. You are, aren't you? There's no way I can lie to her at this point, is there? Then again, why would I need or want to do so? She's my best friend. If I can trust anyone with my secret, it'd definitely be her. Need an I there, not an E. It's another one of the most common spelling mistakes that I see. I am. I have been for a while. Well, that was surprisingly forward. That's the first time I've admitted my crush to anybody else. In a way, I'm thankful the first person I told was Sayori. But at the same time, I'm nervous as to what her reaction will be. Sayori hasn't yet said anything in response, opting instead to motion for me to continue talking. And I think this is one of the original tracks for this mod. So I'm gonna let it play for a bit. Yeah, groovy I'd say is a good word for it. Yeah, it's got kind of a lo-fi chill beat. Or, lo-fi chill vibe to it, I guess is how I would describe it. Might as well let this all out. I think it started when second year started. Even though we only had one class together, we got on really well. Like, you remember how I was still quite nervous to talk to anyone but you for the longest time? Sari nods, listening intently as if to ensure she doesn't miss a word. Well, Monika started talking to me first, so I didn't feel like I had to hide myself. Could be myself around her, and she never once judged me for it. I fall silent. My brain is screaming at me to stop, but I don't care. I have to get this out. I can do this. Just being around her made class that bit more bearable. Like, I don't know if she chose to be around me or what. It just felt nice. But I knew I'd never have a shot in hell with her. Especially after Yuki, right? Yeah. I hope we get to find out more about that, because now I'm curious. What the hell happened with Yuki? Ah, yes. Yuki Sakamoto. The girl who broke my heart and left the biggest dent in my confidence. Oh, damn, so Oh, damn! So wait, you're telling me this MC actually had a girlfriend already? Damn, bro. Well, that's tough. She'd been dared to go out with the weird kid, that being me. God damn. Yeah, that's just cruel, man. Being, daring to go out with somebody. Like, wow, dude. You don't just fuck with somebody like that. Only somebody without a heart would accept a dare like that. Like, god damn. You don't just mess with somebody like that. That's fucked up. When I had later found out she'd just been cheating on me and confronted her about it, she just laughed. I still remember what she said. Why would anyone love you? Thankfully, she's been long gone for a while now. Still doesn't change what she said. Exactly, mate. Still doesn't fucking erase what she said. God damn, what a wench.
Ben, I promise you, Monika's not like that at all.
What?
She's not, Ben. There's people out there that would love you. You trust me, right?
Of course I do, say.
Monika's really sweet. You have my word on that.
Yeah. There is such a point where a prank or a dare goes too far. Like, Jesus Christ, mate. Yeah, that's just a PSA to anybody watching this in the future. If somebody dares you to go out with a person, tell them to fuck off.
And from what I can tell, she seems really comfortable around you. Not to mention, quite easy to fluster.
Switch the E and the T around and you're good to go. Yeah, Natsuki proved that to be true for the both of us. I get the strange feeling that I'm never gonna live that down. After a bit more walking, talking, and a lengthy hug from Sayori, we eventually made it back to the familiar view of our street.
Hey, we're going out for dinner tonight. Do you want to come?
Her parents have always treated me like one of their own. Then again, our parents get along quite well. I'd love to, but I gotta get this media studies essay finished. If I don't, Honda's gonna go nuclear on my ass. God damn, a teacher named Honda. I'm surprised this teacher is not, the shop teacher. I'm surprised Honda is not a shop teacher. Sometimes I wonder why I ever chose that class to begin with. Like, that seems like a missed opportunity if you ask me. Absolute fucking ball ache. I know, right?
It's okay, there's always next time.
True. Better not hold you up any longer. Have a good evening, Sayo.
You too.
Just before Sayori goes back inside, I turn around and call to her. Hey, Sayori? About what I told you. Could we keep that between us?
Of course we can. Your secret is safe with me.
We'll see about that, Sayori. We'll see about that. And with that, I return home. I shut the door behind me and rest my back against it. If I ever needed any confirmation as to why I stayed friends with Sayori, today was it. Sure, I joke about her being an airhead sometimes, but she can be truly sincere when the situation calls for it. I can't tell if she only knows the right things to say because we've known each other for so long, or if she's just naturally good with people. 50% of Hondas are driven by 20-year-olds. I have never driven a Honda, so I can tell you that, at least. That's your bet. We'll see if it holds up then, Zach. We'll see if it holds up. But thanks to her, it's like a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Now it's just building up the confidence to ask, uh, baby steps, baby steps. Yeah, slow your fucking roll, man. Jesus Christ. It's been 2 days, boy. Just settle down a bit. Calm down. After realizing that I can't work on my assignment on an empty stomach, I head to the kitchen. I quickly whip up a sandwich, grab some other assorted snacks, and an energy drink. Is it the healthiest strategy in the world? Fuck no, but it's not failed me once. I like this guy's attitude. I like this guy's attitude. Is this the best idea in the world? Nope, but fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. I like this guy. I like this guy. This guy's great. Yep, exactly. I sit myself down at my desk and get started. Shouldn't take long, should it? Place your bets now. How long is it going to take for him to finish this assignment? Two hours later. Those are both tempting choices, Fart Face. I have no fucking idea what to write. I open my eyes slowly. I look back at my laptop screen, which is currently the only light in this room. I've read the word count. I've reached the word count already. Fuck it. I quickly render it and submit it to the online portal. At least it's done now. Whether it's good or not doesn't even bother me. It's just done. I've been there, man. Just writing something, anything to submit just to get it over with. I've been there. Oh my god, dude. Also, welcome back, mate. How's it going? I glance down at the screen's digital clock. 7:02 p.m. Internally cursing myself, I try to rush to get something down for tomorrow's poem. But nothing comes to my head. Calm down and think, mate. Just think. I'll just spend my lunch break on the roof tomorrow. That way I should be able to get something down. Your module for what, if I may ask? Just as I'm getting changed for bed, my phone goes off. I don't even check who it is as I answer. Hello? Hey, Ben, it's me. I'd recognize that voice anywhere. Ryuji? Ooh, new character? Also, we get a play on Dreams of Love and Literature, if I'm remembering my tracks right. The poem minigame music, kind of a piano mix. Oh, an assignment for homeschool. Nice. Damn, this remix though. This is jamming. I like it. Yeah, dude, this track rocks. Don't mind me, I'm just jamming for a minute. Alright, I think it's about to loop, so let's find out who this Ryuji person is. 10-hour loop this shit. Oh. Yeah, if somebody makes a DDLC mod, but this is the only change, I would play it just to jam to this track. Oh yeah, dude, this would be a perfect track for a crime thriller mod. This would be actually really good for that atmosphere. I like that. Anyways, we have a new character. Let's find out who this Ryuji person is. They seem to know who we are. A friend, perhaps? Dude, it's just gone 7. I know, I just got back in. Date with Kaho? You know it! According to Ryuji, he and Kaho had been together since mid-junior high. How they stayed together this long is truly mind-boggling. Jeez, man, you two are gonna be married in no time. Funny you should mention that. Well, I'll be damned. Planning a wedding with finals on the horizon? I guess there are fates worse than death. Seriously, man, congrats. Thanks, man. How about you? Have you been? You know me, same old shit. I was able to get a massive weight off my chest, though. You finally asked Sayori out? No! Dude, she's like a sister to me. My face reddens profusely. I know, I'm only kidding. Just a moment of silence. That isn't just why you called me, though, is it? Nah, I was wondering if you want to do some deathmatch real quick. I contemplate telling him I have to sleep. But with Honda's assignment done, I could blow off some. I could stand to blow off some steam. Doom or Quake? Quake. Damn, this guy's old school. I like it. House of Chthon? I probably just butchered that pronunciation. There's a quad damage with your name on it. The digital sounds of rocket launchers, giblets flying, and mine, Ryuji's competitive banter dominate the next few hours. To think we first met on some boomer shooter forum before we found out we went to the same school is kinda nuts. We became quick friends soon after. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. It isn't my alarm that wakes me up this morning, but instead my ringtone. Sayori, she's not usually up this early. I honestly answer the call. What's up? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be in school. The way she sounds, it's clear she's unwell. Let me guess, food poisoning? Mm-hmm. And undercooked shit. Uh-oh, Sayori's not feeling well. I'll have to go into the audio.rpa file. We're still in the first act of this mod, yeah. This is a demo, still. But yeah, I'll have to go into the audio RPA file later to get that track. Because that track rocks. After some silence, I speak up. You should get some rest, Sayori. I know. Ugh. Also, promise me you'll never eat at Pearl City. I don't want you getting ill, too. Duly noted. I chuckle at how serious she sounded, though I'll be subconsciously avoiding there. Never really heard any positive things about that place anyway. That's the same that's the same way I am with a restaurant called White Castle. Just I never hear anything that good about it, and nothing that they make there is really anything worth wasting my time to go there. So yeah. Once I force myself out of bed, I make my way to the bathroom to get a quick wash. I let the water run for a bit before stepping in. Sandwich. What kind of sandwich? Also, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you around here before. God, warm water feels nice in the morning. It only feels nice to me, but when it is cold out. After a quick breakfast, I make my way outside. Since I'm not with Sarah today, I decided to get my earbuds to keep myself occupied. Hell yeah, dude. Bacon and chicken. Can't go wrong with that. I just shuffle my playlist and start the lonely walk there. I can kind of see why Stereo always likes walking together. Doing it alone sucks. Ah well, at least I've got my music. Goddamn right. I never listen to my playlist in order. It's too boring. It's always got to be a bit of a mystery, even if I still skip over quite a few songs because I don't feel like listening to them. Oh, ham and melted cheese, bro. Don't tempt me. Don't fucking tempt me, bro. That's so good. At long last, the bell rings for lunch and I'm the first one out. However, I divert from my usual route and head to the roof. I told myself I'd write my poem up there and I intend to keep to my word. Once making sure I'm alone, I dash upstairs onto the rooftop. As I am heading up, I receive a text from Sarah basically saying she'd told the rest of the club about her absence. I'm at least thankful they won't have to ask me about where she is. Still, maybe if she was here, she'd help me understand my feelings a bit better. Both about this poem as well as Monika. Ooh, different rooftop shot. I think World of Dreams also used this one. Just refreshing to see the roof from a different angle, you know? It winds as the sun temporarily blinds me, but I recover quickly. Melted cheese and a corn dog. Oh god. Dude, don't tempt me with that. That's like diabetes on a stick, but god damn it, I want it. It's been ages since I've had a corn dog, actually, now that I think about it. It's kind of funny, though. There's benches up here, and barely anyone ever comes up here aside from the janitors. The silence is serene. I plug my earphones in and let the music from this morning continue as I start to write. The song that starts playing softly into my eardrums gives me the inspiration I need as I gaze past the wire fence. Horizon. I mumble out loud to myself. A shorter poem will do. I don't need too many words. Both the music and my heart guide my pen as I try to paint a picture of a feather drifting across the midsummer sky. Of a song playing across the airwaves. Almost empty plane flying over the coming horizon of the night. Of words only ever spoken on an empty, solitary rooftop. Here we go again. Monika. I faintly speak. My heart's begun to race. I put my poem in my bag as I finished it now. Pop my earphones out and place my hand on my chest. In and out. In and out. In and out. Yeah, it does have kind of a downtrodden vibe to it. Or I guess it's kind of a more wordy way of putting it. Just kind of a depressing mood, yeah. Although I guess it could... I also would use the word wonder, I guess, to describe it. I don't know. I'll look into it, man. I do not eat corn, no. I looked back only to retreat my eyes just as quickly. Of course Monika shows up. Yes, of course! This wouldn't be a Monika mod if she didn't randomly show up on the roof the very day we decide to go up there. Really hope she... Ban? My brain really needs to stop doing that. Yes! Yes, it does! Just roll with it, man. Turn to face her. Oh, hey, Monika. She gives me one of her signature smiles. Didn't think I'd see you up here. She starts walking over to me. I return her smile. Yep, could say the same to you. What are you doing here anyway? Oh, I just needed some air. Monika seems to get a little bit nervous, as if there's more than she's letting on. I know, it can get stuffy in there. How about you? She takes a seat next to me on the bench. Please don't show her this is kinda awkward for you. I'd say I needed the air and somewhere to think. Oh? To think about what? She seems curious. If I can be honest with Sayori about my hidden feelings for Monika, surely I can be honest about as to why I'm up here. I came up here because I needed somewhere quiet to write my poem. I was so exhausted last night. It's only after I say that out loud that I realize I'm admitting to the club president that I rushed my assignment. Dude, I wouldn't classify this as rushing to get it done. I would not classify this as a rush at all. Rather than scolding me like my brain told me she would, she instead smiles. And steal a line from Monika herself here in Moz. It's kind of funny how our brains always seem to assume the worst, isn't it? I like your name. Just bruh. How's it going, mate? How are you doing tonight? You say that like I'd be mad at you. I couldn't do that. What? My eyes dart back and forth between Monika and the concrete floor. You spelled it right. You don't need that A, though. Nothing much. Just checking out a new demo for a mod. Man. She gets a little bit closer, but not too close. I know that it's really stressful this time of year. Like with finals, so many assignments, just all of it. If you couldn't finish it, I'd perfectly understand. I go silent as I take in what Monika said. I'd forgotten how understanding she was sometimes. I unzipped my bag and, after a bit of doubt, pull up my poem and hand it to Monika. You can read it if you want to.
Are you sure you don't want to wait until club?
Nah, we can discuss it then. I just... Are you asking me, or are you asking someone in chat? Because yeah, I watch Ronald and Monika. I watch both of them. What's the mod about, and what's happened so far? Let me grab the premise for you. Chuck that up on screen. So, here's the synopsis of the mod if you want to read over it quick. And, all that's really happened, the mod so far kind of follows Act 1's general structure, just with more focus on Monika and a more expanded MC. Like, he actually seems to have a personality. He had a girlfriend before Monika, and has a friend that he met on an online forum that he plays competitive boomer shooters with. So, yeah. It's been a pretty interesting mod so far. I'm actually really enjoying it. Yep, there's been a side story reference, references to a couple of the mods that inspired it, aka Fallen Angel, Our Time, and Exit Music. And there's still a lot more to come. This mod promises 4 to 6 hours of content, and if you know my streams, we should get 2 episodes out of this. At least. They're really good mods. I can't speak for Fallen Angel because I have not played that mod, but I want to play it. Who made this mod? Yep, I should play it. That actually is one of the demos I considered playing tonight, Hour 2 Realities, because there's a newer demo for it that came out recently. But yeah, if you're wondering who made this mod, Doki Doki Within, I'll post their Reddit username in chat here if you want to look them up. Oh yes, I have been told, Zachary, don't worry. I dealt with Monika in Exit Music, I'm sure I can handle it. But yeah, that's the developer of this mod. And there is no... I do not see a Discord server for this mod. There's no link, there's no Discord link or anything, so... So, yeah. Anyway... I stopped myself short. Why is it so hard to ask Monika to read it outside of club? Because it's a bit of a different set of circumstances here. You're just... it's a different kind of relationship outside of club. It's not, you know, club president and club member. It's just You two being real. I just want you to read it. Monika timidly takes the poem and starts reading it. Rather than watch for any visible reaction, I simply gaze out to the cityscape. But before long, the silence spell is broken by the loud, obnoxious ringing of the bell. I look back at Monika and our eyes meet for a moment. She goes to hand me back my poem, but gently I push her hands back a bit. No, just keep it until we share at club. She doesn't say anything to hint any uncertainty, and her eyes show a glimpse of understanding before we head back down to the depths of the school. Something tells me she's happy she gets to keep it. I don't know. It's just me. But goddamn, that face is just adorable, and I love it. Alright, well, thanks for dropping by, mate. Yep, you've told me about this, Bradley, that DeLoreans are actually shit. Thankfully for me, and very unlikely the majority of the class, Mr. Honda was off sick today. If I had foresight to know that would be the case, I could have at least tidied the essay up a bit. Ah well, can't rewrite the past now, can I? I make my way up to a nearby vending machine. I'm a little thirsty, and since we got let out a little earlier than normal, I still got a little time before club starts. I put my coins in, and a small can comes out soon after. Hey Crisp, how's it going? As I'm reaching down for my drink, though, I can hear the echoed sounds of someone yelling. Whoever it is, they don't sound pissed off. They kinda do. It sounds more defensive than anything. At the same time, I can't shake this weird feeling that the voice sounds familiar. I look to my left, and the reason that familiar feeling comes walking quickly down the hall. Natsuki? Who, really are the first, made, like, who made the first mods for DDLC? Is that what you're asking? Her eyes meet mine for a brief moment. Funny enough, I've actually played Act 5 on my own time. It was an interesting mod. All of a sudden, she averts her eyes and clenches them shut as she runs past me and audibly bolts upstairs. Oof, Natsukida's not doing too good now. Also, you don't need that T there. I know it might sound like there's a clench in, or a T in clench, but there isn't. The first mod of all games? That's not an easy question. Natsuki, wait! I rush after her. I can't help but wonder what happened to Natsuki that could have made her this upset. I call out for her. Natsuki! Natsuki, where are you? After a minute or so, I see her emerge from the restroom and quicken my pace. Oh yeah, I'm sure there were. And yes, honestly, who doesn't know the Konami code? Natsuki, give me some fucking space! Natsuki's voice came out as more of a squeak as tears formed on her face. There's an awkward, weirdly heavy silence between us. Her brash reaction did catch my by surprise, although, in her defense, I wasn't going about this very well in the slightest. No, you weren't. Also, additional comma, E. Sorry. Natsuki, what for? I'm having a bad day. Been there, sister. And I'm taking that out on you. I don't mean to. More silence. Natsuki then gives out a long sigh. I'm the worst. That's a little much, isn't it? Not when it's true. But it isn't. Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Something tells me she would keep arguing that. Her glistening pink eyes tell multiple stories. The two I can make out the clearest are ones of guilt and one of someone who just wants to be valued. Second one being a side I never would have expected. If that is the case, that is. We all have bad days, some more than others. Those bad days don't define you. Besides, I know you didn't mean it. Why else would you be apologizing? Natsuki looks away for a moment, processing what I've said. Oh yeah, I used cheats in the old days, man. In fact, back when I was like in middle school and elementary school, you know, when they had book fairs and shit, pretty much the only thing I would ever look for at a book fair is one of those books filled with cheat codes. If you need a moment, that's fine. Been there before. Natsuki breathed slowly and calmly before locking her eyes back onto my own. I think I needed to hear that. So, thank you. She gives a small but meaningful smile. It's no problem, really. Yeah, dude, I loved those fucking cheat books as a kid. Especially when they had codes for the games I actually owned that I could try out. Oh man, so fun to mess around with. The pair of us then walked the remainder of the way to the club room. Upon entering the club room, Natsuki makes her way over to the closet. I decide to go up to Monika. Hey Ben! Hey Monika. Sorry we're late. I look behind me and see Natsuki's already reading her manga. Should I tell her what happened? I looked back to Monika and lowered my voice. I bumped into Natsuki on my way up, and I guess we lost track of time. I feel bad about lying to her, but it wouldn't feel right if I told her exactly why we took as long as we did. I'm certain Natsuki would tell her at some point, but I'm not sure this is the path you want to go, because of what that could imply, but Aw, Ben, you don't need to apologize. Besides, neither of you missed much. I have a peek at the clock on the other side of the room. It's been shy of 5 minutes since the start of the meeting, so she does have a point. Also, I read the poem you gave me at lunch. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Thanks. I blush again. How many times have you read it? Maybe once or twice. Maybe more than that. How she manages to be so cute without even trying astounds me to this day. She then takes my poem out of her bag and passes it to me. Before I can put it in my pocket, though, Monika delicately holds the lower edge of the paper. I swear I feel her thumbs brush against mine for a split second.
I look forward to discussing it with you.
Music stopped. Game, what happened to music? Yeah, I'd have to double check the game's text. She lets go of the paper and I slide it back into my pocket. We end up just standing in front of each other for a little while longer. We don't say anything, but just make the odd glance, smile at each other. One of you, say something! Break the fucking silence! Jesus, don't let anybody see you like this. Whilst it feels like something out of a tacky romance game, I can't help but admit that it feels nice. Ah, nice self-referential humor game. That was good. Nice self-referential humor. So I'm just gonna chat with Natsuki now. Yes, I'm gonna go do that. Bye. Have a good day. Okay. She speaks with a blush and a nervous giggle. To be completely honest, my face is just as red as hers, if not more so. Today I buy the entire McDonald's menu. Jesus Christ, I love this. Part of me knows that if Natsuki saw me like this, I'd never hear the end of it. Yeah, just be grateful nobody was looking at you, too. That could have ended so much worse, as other mods have taught me. I even have a sneaking suspicion that Yuri would ask questions. And then, as if life was out to prove me wrong, I hear a voice whisper to me. You're doing a piss-poor job at hiding that, you know? God damn it. I open my eyes and am greeted by Natsuki wearing a wide grin. What? What are you on about, Natsuki? You know damn well what. How she's able to keep her voice this low whilst keeping the same assertive punch as normal is astounding. Natsuki cops the seat next to mine. Oh, right, he does, like, food theory stuff now. This is kind of why I stopped watching him, because it's just like, I don't care for the direction he's going now. It's his channel, he can do what he wants, but I'm just, just not my thing. There are tomatoes that wish they were as red as you are right now. Like, I saw you two over there holding hands. I was kind of tempted to tell you to get a room. No. I try to keep my voice as low as hers as I look around the club room. Yuri's eyes have not left the pages of her book, and luckily for me, Monika seems to be wearing earbuds. Well, it sure looked like it. Just talking. I can't let her know about mine and Monika's little meeting on the roof. If she's already got the wrong idea now, God only knows what she'd think we were doing up there. You're saying that like I'd be jealous if you were... I meant it was kind of cute. Alright, well, see you later, mate. Have a fun shopping trip. Only she... Wait, what'd she just say? You just... I did, yeah. You need to go announcing it to the world. Sorry, gee. It's a minute or two of awkward silence. Is it because of what Natsuki said? Not entirely sure. Our boy here seems kind of socially inept. In hopes to brighten the mood, I glance over to the cover of the volume of manga in front of Natsuki. Parfait girls? If you want to judge, do it through the glass on the door. She points to the door. Gotta work them lines in from the original somehow, I guess. You say that like you'd throw me through it. Oh, don't tempt her, mate. Don't fucking tempt her. She easily would do it. Also, hello, Noah. Welcome to the stream. Wanna fuck around and find out? Now that's the Natsuki I know. Now that is the Natsuki I know. Which is to say, not very, I take it. I'll pass. We share a laugh at my avoided expense. Okay, everyone, it's time to share poems. Monika eventually announces to the room, giving us our cue. After fetching my poem from my pocket, I quickly make my way to Monika. I had already promised her that we'd discuss my poem when we had the chance. Hell, she's even looking forward to it. Hey, Ben. I smile and wave. Yep, smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. Hey! You want to discuss my poem? Of course. I pass the sheet to her and she reads through it one final time. Eventually, she gently lays the paper on top of the desk. Seriously, your use of imagery here is even better than yesterday's. Are you sure you haven't written poetry before? Hey man, I love those fucking penguins. Surely it's not that good of a poem. I'm sure, don't worry. Besides, do I look like the kind of guy that writes poetry in his spare time? That last part seems to cause Monika to giggle a bit. Now that you mention it, do you? Nah. Besides, even if I did, it wouldn't be as good as yours. Oh, stop! You flatter me too much, you know. My cheeks start to burn. DDLC, but penguins. I would love to see how that would go. Am I really that bad at hiding it? I mean, it isn't necessarily flattery if it's true to some degree. I don't typically stream every day, but on work days, and by work days I say where I go to my where I go to the job that I currently work right now, which is working on the stock crew at a local grocery store. Been doing it for a few years now. You know, on days where I work, I usually go for like four-ish hours, maybe 5, depending on how many. You know, depending on whether or not I have a day off or if I start later the next day. It just depends on the day. It just depends on my schedule, man. But usually, I always try to go for about 4 hours on a mod. But, when it comes to other games, it can vary. But on off days, I can go for longer sessions. The longest session I ever did was when DDLC Plus came out. I did a nearly 12-hour stream on day 1. And my throat will never forgive me for that. Oh, okay. Let me know how that goes. That's awesome, dude. I love that. That is awesome. It's nothing. Silence then falls over the pair of us. I don't think we've discussed the poem as much as we'd expected. Monika does try to say something about it to break the silence, but she stops herself each time. It's almost like she's trying to either find the right way to say it, or she's trying to suppress her thoughts altogether. If I had to guess, she's probably trying to find the right words to summarize her thoughts, because she's got to say it just right, you know? Could I read your poem now? The Puffles? What the fuck are Puffles?
Please do.
Okay, Monika just turned into Yuri for a second. Monika hands me her notebook and I start to read. Today's poem is nowhere near as abstract as yesterday's. The subject emboldened clearly in the poem's title. Ooh, this poem, The Lady Who Knows Everything. I like these one. Oh, some pet things in Club Penguin. Okay, I don't know anything about that because I never really played that game. The more I read into it, though, the more the themes of seeking the impossible start to stick out, much like yesterday's work. Whereas her first poem was from the perspective of someone being held to those heightened standards, this one seems to be focused on finding that apparent legend, only for said person's expectations to all be for nothing. I know it's basically the same as yesterday's. That's always kind of the theme with Monika's poems. They have a consistent theme that continues throughout a mod. That's why I always look forward to her poems, because they always tell a story. I love that.
I just wanted to explore it from another angle.
Her voice breaks my concentration. I hand back her notebook. Regardless if it's the same topic, it still came out nice. Nothing inherently wrong with... Okay, sorry, English is hard. Let me try that again. Jesus Christ. There's nothing inherently wrong with exploring familiar ground. I'd say the hardest part would be writing from the mindset of somebody else, but you did that nicely as well.
Thanks.
Her voice trails off, lacking the confidence she'd usually display. She doesn't seem bothered by my words, though. She seems to be thinking about it.
I'd say that doing this has helped me explore myself a bit more.
Does? Ugh, excuse me.
For me, yeah. Put it this way. Imagine your mind as a long hallway with doors scattered around the place. Those doors represent your thoughts. There's many rooms to explore, but the doors all look the same. But once you have a peek inside,
you need an E there, not an A.
The rooms are limitless and you'll get lost in your thoughts. Poetry for me helps to narrow in one of those rooms and explore them a bit.
Fucking hell, that got deep. Damn, that was quite poetic. Never cease to amaze me. Did I seriously just say that?
Hey.
Music stopped. What's going on here? Yep, good going, dickhead. My words aren't lost on Monika as she goes a deep shade of crimson. You okay? Hello?
Same goes for you.
And now it's my turn to blush. Again. God damn it. We remain silent for another moment or two. The air is tense in a way I can't fully describe. Just what is this feeling? I look down at the table and notice our hands are a bit closer than before. My eyes dart back up to meet Monika's own. The blush on her cheeks grows, but neither her smile nor the spark in those emerald green orbs falter. That is, until...
Monika? Could I share my poem with you now, or are you...
Yuri's soft eyes land on mine and Monika's hands, curiously taking over her voice. It is 2:17 in the morning where I live. And don't worry, I normally always stay up this late because of my work schedule. That allows me to do this.
Busy.
Monika looks at Yuri and then follows her gaze down to the table. She quickly retracts her hands and looks away, her face completely red. Looks like you got a little, distracted there. As Natsuki would say, get a room, you two. Lost for words, I pick up my poem and make my way over to Natsuki. Oh, great. I can't wait to hear Natsuki chew us out. I feel awful. Why did I say that? I'm quite confused, chat. I don't know why he's regretting saying this. I'm just lost on why he's, regretting saying this, because it seems like a fairly standard compliment to me, so I don't see what the big deal is. Doubt this will be something either of us want to bring up. I close my eyes inside of myself. Mate, I think you were just overthinking it, or you genuinely are just misunderstanding this. Premarital hand-holding? And in public, no less? For shame, then. For shame! True, I guess. The sound of Natsuki's berating causes my eyes to shoot open. I always figured you were probably a perv, but not Monika. Well, looks like your theory was proven wrong for this mod, Bradley. There's your Natsuki squiggly. Damn that little smartass. No, Natsuki, it's not like that. Don't worry. Your indecency is safe with me, lover boy. I hide my face against the table. Natsuki, can I just excuse myself for a second so I can smack my head against the wall? She's not helping at all. Oh, don't worry. She knows exactly what she's doing, mate. Don't worry. Natsuki knows exactly what she's doing here. I mean, look at that stupid grin on her face. She's enjoying this greatly. Seriously. That fucking smile says it all. I know she's joking, but still. I raise my head with a cocky smile and a lowered voice. It best be, else I'll tell Monika about your little hentai collection. I have not got a hentai collection! Don't worry, your indecency is safe with me! Natsuki looks like she's about ready to chokeslam me. Fucking do it! Let me see that shit! It'd be funny if she wasn't fully capable of doing so. Let's just get this over with, you cheeky fuck. Oh my god, this is great. Despite Natsuki's jokes, sharing with her went pretty well. Sharing with Yuri went okay. She seemed a bit awkward and fidgety, more so than usual. And again, she still probably had me and Monika on her mind. Probably just a bit of curiosity. Eventually, Monika calls us out to the front. Myself, Natsuki, and Yuri make our way there. Natsuki is the first to speak up. Oh yeah. Natsuki is written pretty damn good in this mod. Is this about the festival? It is, yeah. Do we have to do anything for the festival? I'm still curious as to what we are going to be doing. Oh, about that. She turns her attention to me. Ben, there's one of the posters that Sari helped me with the other day on the front desk. Would you mind showing it to Natsuki and Yuri? I nod and quickly retrieve the poster, which proudly advertises a poetry performance. It sounds like a fairly normal activity for a club such as this. I'm just curious how Natsuki and Yuri will react to this. I show the rest of the group the poster, and their expressions and tones change drastically. The one constant between the two of them is that they seem appalled at the idea displayed on the poster. Performing? No way! I'm not doing that! Do you think it's that bad of an idea? Yuri doesn't seem to have any response, and at least for a minute or two, neither does Natsuki. She gives Monika a stern, fiery look. Do you seriously think that any of us even want any new members? Like, I can't speak for Yuri or Ben, but this club brought me something. Something that I won't let you take from me. If I wanted anything else, I would have just joined any other stupid club. Natsuki doesn't say anything else as she holds her eyes shut. I feel like we're getting some side story inspiration for this bit here. To say I'm shocked at what Natsuki said would be putting it lightly. As I look over at Monika and Yuri, I can conclude the feeling is mutual. The four of us are entering an uncomfortable silence. The air conditioner seems a little bit louder today. Man, put that in the ambient sound effects, man. I want to hear that air conditioner revving up at the moment. I go to break the silence. Well, I personally think that... No, Ben. Natsuki's right. Her voice slightly breaks as she says that, looking at me with an incredibly crushed look in her eyes. It's a sharp contrast to the confidence Monika always wore in spite of anything. This time feels different, though, almost as if Natsuki's words hit a little closer to home. Why did I think this was a good idea? After saying that, Monika walks and slumps down at the front desk and puts her hands against her head as she starts to stare blankly at the table. Though she's silent, she's trembling ever so slightly. Yeah, did you miss the tear in her eye, man? This is like me whenever I think I ever had a good idea, and then people just laugh at how stupid it sounds to them. And then I'm just like, well, fuck you guys then. The rest of us fall victim to the silence from earlier. That reminds me of the microwave in Doki Doki in the Doom scene. The microwave actually had sound effects. I might need to rewatch that. Now you've done it, Natsuki. Yuri, this isn't the time for that. This isn't the time for that, Yuri. Me? All I did was speak my mind. Is that a problem?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice.
Natsuki goes to fight back, but relents a quick glance over at Monika. I know that look on her face. It's one I grew quite familiar with. She's blaming herself. Before I can say anything, Natsuki's already gotten her bag and has stormed out of the room. Well, this isn't good. Well, shit. This ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good, chat. Remembering our earlier conversation, I decide to follow after her. Natsuki, wait!
Why, Ben? You saw that look on Monika's face. I caused that.
Natsuki once again gives me that same look of guilt. I try to open my mouth, but nothing comes out. More silence. The gears in his head are slowly turning.
I'm gonna go home. I just don't feel like I belong here right now.
And with that, Natsuki turns heel and starts going to leave. As much as I want her to come back, I'm not going to force her to do so. I feel like you're missing a word there. But, yeah. Way to give her a good pep talk, mate. Totally didn't botch that at all. Nah, man. There's a reason I say that Suri is the glue that holds this club together. And this is why, mate. Look what happens when she's gone for a day. Once I'm back, I notice that Monika still hasn't moved from the front desk. Yuri, however, is pacing around the room, almost like she's pondering her next decision. As I shut the door behind me, Yuri's gaze locks onto me as I walk towards the center of the room. Welcome back, bruh. Nice to have ya. Sayori be the Elmer's glue of the club. Yeah, pretty much. This way, Yuri stands on my left, whilst Monika stays on my right.
This is bad.
The way Yuri said that is proof that she's concerned. As I look back towards Monika, I swear I can hear the faint sound of her crying. Like I said, did you not see the tear? Yeah, this ain't good, mate. This ain't good. I'd say it's my brain playing tricks on me, but if that's the case, why would it be crying? I sighed, not making eye contact with Yuri. I know. Out of all the time, for all the time I've known Monika, be it from around school or since my time at the club, I've never seen her get like this. That's because she does a very good job at hiding this side of her. Oh yeah, because she's just thrilled about what Natsuki said about her idea. Just thrilled. But yeah, it's one of the main things to know when it comes to Monika. That's just one of the most important things about her, which I can never stress enough. I hear gentle footsteps making their way towards me. Yuri's footsteps. She looks right into my eyes, the mind hidden beyond those deep lavender eyes, presumably working like clockwork as she tries to find the words to say.
I do have to ask though, Ben, what made you want to join this club?
The emphasis on the word you makes a personal question all the more personal. I think for a bit. To be completely honest, I hadn't really decided why I joined the club beyond the atmosphere being quite relaxed. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that might just be a perfectly justifiable reason for wanting to join. A nice, quiet environment to cool off, relax, maybe do a bit of reading? Now, why does that sound familiar? What is your question? I'm certain most people would want that. I relay my thoughts back to Yuri, who simply listens attentively. She's got a natural talent for that, I swear. Well, that's one thing you and I have in common, Yuri.
I think I feel the same way.
She smiles with a thoughtful spark in her eyes. It's a spark I don't usually see unless she's reading. I get why Natsuki's hesitant about new members, though. Like, who knows what getting new members would do for the atmosphere of the club? If there was an anime of this game, would I watch it? Fuck yeah, I would watch it. In fact, you kind of just reminded me of a clip that let me see if I can find. Yeah, this clip. Holy shit, this clip almost has 1 million views. Yeah, let me. Yeah, this. Yeah, this is kind of what I would want to see if DDLC was made into an anime. Yeah, this clip here. Yeah, dude, I fucking stumbled across this clip one day, just randomly, and I was so happy I did because, like, dude, this is what I would hope, like, an anime of DDLC would look like. With more, production value, obviously, but this is about what I would like to see. It's just really good. Help bump this to 1 million views, guys. It's so close. 2,000 views. Time to watch it for 9 hours. It is a good animation. I guess I'll show it quick since we're here. Oh yeah, I've watched it quite a few times already, but yeah, if DDLC were ever made into an anime,
I hope she's okay. She's been acting weird lately. Sayori?
Oh, what are you doing here?
That's one way to say hello.
Sorry, it's just you haven't visited like this in a while. How come you're here? Isn't Yuri coming over?
How did you know that?
Monika told me.
God,
I just
love
wanted
this.
to see how you were doing.
I'm fine.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong, silly.
Sayori!
This wasn't the way it was supposed to happen. Why can't it be the way it's always been? Oh, this is my fault. If I wasn't so weak, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't be here.
Sayori, what are you saying?
I'm depressed. I thought it was going to be okay. I kept telling myself it was going to be okay. But it's not okay. The only time I'm not feeling like this is when I feel pain. The little rain cloud won't go away. And I can't take it anymore.
Good shit, man. Of course, that's the next fucking video. But yeah, dude, less than 2,000 views. Get this man to 1 million views. They deserve it, man. They fucking deserve it. Anyway, back to the mod. Shoot it to me on Discord if you got a video. Yeah, the lip sync is a tiny bit off in parts, but you know, I don't expect that for just a fan-made animation. They do the best they can. They're not being paid to do it for one, so. So yeah.
Like a quality over quantity sort of thing?
Yeah, sorta. I've only been part of the club for a few days, and I can tell everyone brings something special to it. I'm not opposed to getting anyone new, it's just...
Complicated?
I nod as Yuri completes my sentence.
I think I understand.
Oh yeah, for sure. I usually prefer more relaxed environments that I can share with a friend or two. Why did I just read that in my normal voice? Jesus. Let me try that again.
I usually prefer more relaxed environments that I can share with a friend or two. It might become a bit harder to manage with more members, not to mention more people tends to lead to more conflict, which I'm not too keen on happening.
Well, me neither, Yuri. You and me both. You, me, and me. Well, for one, bruh, this is kind of a niche game, and I'm not exactly a big YouTuber, as you can tell by my sub counts, so... We're just chill, man. If you got some friends who might, be interested in this kind of content, though, feel free to show them one of my past streams or my videos and see if they like it. If they don't like it, at least they gave it a shot. But you know, for me, this just is what it is. I'm just doing this as a hobby. I don't take this too seriously, so yeah. You know, just there's several facets to why this isn't, you know, pulling in views. That and I'm streaming on YouTube when most people who want to stream go to Twitch. But there are just reasons I don't like Twitch. And that's not to say I like YouTube, just where's the VTuber model? I have no idea how that kind of stuff works. So yeah. You know, if I did go that route, I don't even know what I would do for a VTuber. Yuri's eyes then focus in on me, piercing through my retinas. I can dream, man. I can dream, man. That is probably the single reason I will probably not get a face cam for quite some time. Not that I'm opposed to the idea of having a face cam, but it would kind of change my setup, because one, I'd have to have actual lighting in the room that I do this in. Because right now I'm just sitting in a dark ass room doing this. So yeah. It's fun it's a fun thought to entertain. But yeah. You know, I'm not here to do this to try to please advertisers or try to make money. I'm just here to have fun, man. This is just a thing that I do after work to enjoy myself and hang out with some people that enjoy the kind of things that I do. So yeah. 2K thigh reveal? Jesus Christ. Why do you always have the stupidest but funniest ideas for sub-milestones? Dude, are you sure you would want to see what my thighs look like? I don't think you would want to. Like, I'm just being real with you. There is no way my thighs compare to Monika's. Like, let's be real, dude. Come on. Let's be real. There's no way mine compare to hers, dude. Seriously, there's a fucking religion around Monika's thighs. Oh my god. Show us that meat. If only I had a face cam. Yuri's eyes then focus it on me, piercing through my retinas. She's blushing faintly.
Besides, I really enjoy how the club is now.
Another brief moment of silence follows. However, this time there's this weird tinge of awkwardness to it all. Switch the E and the I around, and then you're good to go. Whether it's because of how Yuri phrased that or something else, I've got no idea. It's just something about the way Yuri looks at me. Something I can't fully explain. The silence is then broken by the sound of a chair moving against the wooden floor.
Ben? Yuri?
Don't make me bust out the fucking thigh speed sprite. Mine and Yuri's shared gaze focuses on Monika, who wipes her eyes before continuing.
I know I'm asking a lot with the festival, and if you're not up to it, I understand. But regardless, I'm really glad to call you my friends.
She caps that off with an almost traditional Monika smile. Almost, simply because there's this unshakable, somber aura to it. Yuri and I look at each other as if we're telepathically deliberating.
Monika, I know we're both a bit unsure about new members, but if it means anything, I'm fully okay with helping with the festival.
Yeah, same here. The smile on Monika's face tells me all I need to know.
Thank you both. I'm gonna finish things up a little earlier today.
New comic for what, if I may?
We'll sort out the festival tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe then Suri will be here. Then everybody can get sorted out. And with that, Monika goes back to the front desk, while Sturdy and I start to pack up. After Yuri leaves for the day, I linger around in the club for a bit. Yeah, I see. Hey man, how you doing? The room would be silent if not for the clock and the audible sound of Monika writing. Comic for PTSD. I think for a bit about whether I should ask Monika if she wants to walk back home together. Can't explain why, but Monika's initial reaction to Natsuki's words reminded me of the day Sarah told me about her depression. Just this expression of hopelessness. I walk up to the desk and up to the desk she's at and kneel down to her level. Hey, Monika?
Yeah?
She looks up to meet my gaze. Her eyes seem slightly bloodshot, but tears seem to have stopped now. I was just wondering. Come on, Dad, keep it together. You can do it, boy. You can do it. Would you like to walk home together? She smiles weakly.
I'd love to, but
Her voice trails off as her gaze fixates on the small stack of papers beside her. Bloody autocorrect, am I right, dude? School stuff? She nods, seeming quite down. I then think a bit more. Tomorrow, maybe? Her smile returns once more.
if I'm free, then absolutely.
I smile back. That definitely seemed to cheer her up a little. I start to move towards the door, and once Monika and I bid farewell to each other, I'm off back home. You're good, man. The walk back home was a quiet one, mostly dominated by my thoughts about the club meeting. Maybe if Sayori was there, things might have gone differently. Yeah, it goes back to what we were saying about how she is the Elmer's glue that holds the club together in situations like this. Seems like she has a natural talent for easing people's stress. That being said, I can't help but feel bad for Monika. Again, I know Natsuki didn't mean what she said, but regardless, it definitely hurt her. Maybe I should have stayed. I think out loud to myself as I unlock the door. Once inside, I rest my bag against the wall and head to the kitchen. You're missing a word there. I'm a little hungry too. So I quickly make myself a chicken sandwich and grab a loose can of Pepsi to help wash it down. Sorry, English is hard. Whilst eating, I contemplate whether to text Sari about the incident at the club. I know Monika will more than likely fill her in, since she's her vice president after all. Focusing. Fuck it, I'll text her. I whip my phone out and get to it. Hey, Sayo, Monika tell you about what happened today? It isn't long until my phone pings in response.
Yeah, she told me. Also, Natsuki apologized. Well,
You and me both, mate. That helped ease my mind a bit. Yeah. Okay. I text her again. That's a relief. Sarah and I ended up texting for much longer than I thought we would. All the while, my mind goes back to Monika. I can't explain why, but I'm wondering how she's doing. I contemplate asking Sarah if she has her number, but that'd be a bit weird to ask, right? Yeah, that's just a little bit suspicious. Getting girl's number like that from a friend. I mean, I understand you guys share a club, but still, it comes up as a little weird if you ask me. I mean, yeah, Sidori knows and seems very helpful that something may happen, but it's a whole other can of worms asking for her number. Just watching chat right now, I'm so confused. Part of me kind of likes to humor the thought, though. Oh, uh, I didn't realize this feature was enabled. Sorry. For those of you who are confused, so to my understanding, this is a developer thing where you can scroll through the text with the scroll wheel. This is normally disabled for mods that are released, but since this is a demo, they left that in. Monika's bedroom, around 3 hours later. Ooh, perspective shift. Why isn't that a feature? I don't know, but it's a very handy one. I honestly don't know why it's only a developer tool.
Why do I still feel bad about lying to him? It's not even that I had that much to do, so it wouldn't have hurt that much to walk with him. At least I've got something to look forward to tomorrow. I toss and turn on my sheets, unable to shake off these feelings. I've suppressed them for so long that I thought they weren't there anymore. Why am I trying to hide it? I curl up and grab one of my pillows and cling to it.
Just picturing that, man, it just makes me want to hug her. Just picturing this, it makes me want to hug her, man. Tell her everything's gonna be okay. Just
As my breathing steadies, he pops into my head once again, causing my grip on the pillow to tighten. Even when he's not here, he manages to comfort me. Maybe that schoolgirl crush of mine never truly died.
You think so? Been going for 3 hours, 27 minutes. I think I can stand to go for at least another half hour. We'll go through this day and then call it a night with this mod. We'll definitely continue this in a couple days, because it sounds like tomorrow we're finally going to be continuing Exit Music Redux. So yeah, I'm liking this demo so far. Just some minor spelling errors here and there, but other than that, this is an overall pretty good mod so far. I'm really enjoying this demo. The dreaded sound of my alarm wakes me up. If it wasn't for the fact that it was my phone, I would have thrown it against the wall years ago. With a long, tired sigh, I force myself up and stretch before getting into my morning routine. I swear, Friday mornings drag on too bloody long, but hey, I'm here now. As usual, I check my timetable for today's classes. For fuck's sake. I remind myself that my first class today is with Kurosawa. If there is a hell, I'm certain it would be preferable to his classes. Yes, it is. Grumbling all the way with dread, I make my way into school. As I reach the door to the classroom, a familiar face catches my eye. Yuri? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that.
You didn't scare me, Ben. I just didn't expect to see you here.
Note to self, try not to scare anyone else. Something then hits me. I didn't realize you were in Kurosawa's class.
Unfortunately, yes.
Guess that's something us two have in common. Although, isn't complaining more of a Natsuki thing? Yes it is.
My grades might be good, but I just wish the classes were easier to digest.
That makes two of us. No kidding, man. As I lay with my back against the wall, neither me or Yuri say another word. That is, until Yuri gets next to me. I turn and notice she has the same faint blush on her cheeks from yesterday. You okay?
Yes? I was just wondering if we could...
She pauses momentarily, but I soon hear her mumble.
I just want to think I'm weird.
Yuri?
I was wondering if we could sit together in class today.
I know Kurosawa is strict with most things, but the seating plan ain't one of them. That's good. There's a special place in hell for teachers that have a very strict seating order. Still, it's not usually something you get nervous about asking. Then again, this is Yuri after all. I know being upfront about this isn't something she's confident with. In a way, it's kind of admirable. Of course. Oh, I love that smile. That face is so precious. Yeah, fortunately it wasn't that way for me in every class that I had. Her efforts have paid off. That sucks, bro. Jesus Christ. I feel so bad for you two. That's horrible. As if on cue, the bell then rings and we head inside. I can't help but notice Yuri seems a little more lively during class. It's nice to see, of course, but I can't shake the feeling that there's more to her excitement than she's letting on. Yeah, probably, the way she's been acting lately. Like, much more than she's letting on. The bell finally rings for lunch and I head out of class and straight for the rooftop. It felt quite relaxing yesterday, so hey, why not? Yep, can't go wrong with that. I approve. I can't help but still feel a little tense after my interaction with Yuri this morning. Yeah, sure, it was nice to see her a little more lively, but it felt a little too lively. Ah. Yep, that makes sense. Nice. Nice, dude. Find a correct ting in that sentence. I'm not gonna try. I'm just happy you got one. Because those things aren't exactly easy to come by. I swear I caught her making a few good glances at me during class, almost like she wanted to say something, but was too scared to ask. Exactly what that something is, I don't have the slightest clue. Still lost in my thoughts, I open the rooftop door and make my way towards the same bench as yesterday. Before I sat down, I catch a glimpse of Monika, causing my heart to beat more steadily as a smile comes over my face. I guess Monika must have heard me as she looks back, smiling and waving back equally as cheerfully. Hey, Ben! Instantly taken from my inner turmoil regarding Yuri, I wave back. Hey! I go over and sit next to her. A faint blush overcomes the pair of us, but Monika seizes the moment and sparks a conversation as we start to eat. So, how's your day been? Wrong your. It's been okay so far. I start, first looking at Monika, then out to the skyline. Kurosawa's class was, well, the usual. Anything else? Part of me considers whether to tell her about my suspicions regarding Yuri, but I decide to ignore it. Well, that's good, man. Wouldn't be right for me to talk about people like that. Yep. Good man. Good man. Monika. Aw, that sucks. Not much, nah. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Monika follows my gaze to the surrounding cityscape. We remain like this for a few moments. I know what you meant. It's just funny because when I read Monika, I think Chibika. Just the two of us, staring longingly out to the seemingly never-ending space around us. It almost feels romantic to some degree. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Monika has inched herself ever so closer to me. My heart rate slowly but surely starts to increase, though not as much as it does when she rests her head on my shoulder. Stay calm, stay calm. Keep it together, mate. Keep it together. You can do this. I try to ease my breathing, but no matter how hard I try, my chest feels like that of an unlucky crew member on the Nostromo. I probably just butchered that. Yep, and this is a reference that's gonna fly right over my head because I have no fucking clue what that is. Somebody wants to look that up, go ahead. How Monika hasn't noticed yet is beyond me. Unless she has, but doesn't want to say anything. I eventually calm myself enough to speak to her. You okay? I feel her nod against my shoulder.
Yeah, just a bit tired.
Why doesn't that sound like the truth? Because that's one of her go-to excuses. I playfully nudge her, causing her to giggle. Do I have to get you a can of coffee before club? Wait, they have canned coffee? I jokingly taunt her.
If you wanna.
She seems flustered. Again, I was joking initially. However, her reaction would make me feel a little bad if I didn't. I insist. I speak feigning confidence in my own words. Again, bruh, they make canned coffee? They make, not in the kind of can of coffee like you're probably thinking, like the one with all the beans and shit, or ground up coffee. No. Like a straight up can of coffee that you can buy from like a vending machine or something. Does that exist? Because I've never seen it. It's a response that makes her smile either way. The bell then rings, signaling the final third of the school day. Monika takes herself off my arm and we start heading back down. That's a thing? Somebody send me a picture of that. I've never seen that in my life. In a way, I'm thankful that people rarely come up to her. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, bruh. This is what I mean. Like, aluminum can coffee. That is the kind of thing I'm referring to. So, yeah, if anybody's got a picture of that, send it to me. I'll fucking show it. If anybody had seen Monika laid on me like that, let's just say the rumor mill would be in bloody overdrive. Yep. And nobody would ever shut up about it. Once Monika and I head back down, we walk for a bit as we make our way to class. Some of the students that were near the stairwell did give the pair of us suspicious looks, but not a word was said. Thank whichever deity is out there for that. Eventually, we find ourselves outside my IT class, one of the few classes I actually enjoy. Holy shit, he's got an IT class? See you at the club, okay? I speak, grabbing the door handle as I do so. See you then. Alright, I'll see you later then, mate. Antonio, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Sent it? Alright, hold on, let me check this. Ah, shit. That's not what I was trying to do. That's good. But yeah, that's not quite what I imagined, but yeah, apparently that's a thing. We were talking about like aluminum can coffee that you can buy from like a vending machine. Cause that is what he was talking about here. And Monika's like, if you wanna, and he insists. So yeah, I was like, wait, does that even exist? I've never even watched anything related to Squid Game, so I have no fucking clue what that is. But yeah, if you got like a picture of like a coffee can that's like an aluminum like Pepsi or Coke can, something like that. If you've got, like if you've ever seen that in your life, a can of coffee that you just pop open, it's already good to go, then send it to me on Discord. There's the name if you need it. She then goes off to her own class, with a noticeable bounce to her step. Oh, to go sort of coffee. The link you sent me, coffee to is a search for coffee to go canned. Your search coffee to go canned did not match any shopping results. So you're telling me it doesn't exist? I have no idea what that is. What Squid Game is even supposed to be. I then head inside and take my seat. Oh, nice. I've never been a big coffee drinker myself, honestly. Fuck that, I'll send you a different link. Okay. Admittedly, my focus during class is almost non existent. You need an E there. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with us, mate. Have a good one. Monika dominates the majority of my thoughts. I find myself sighing as I get lost in my head. Work them gears, man. Work them gears. I really have fallen for this girl, haven't I? She is quite hard to deny, isn't she? All right, I'll try the link you. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, iced coffee. Figures that would be the one that's canned like this, but yeah. Oh, that's not the one. My god. Of fucking course. Of course it's iced coffee that's the one that's canned here. It should have occurred to me as someone that has worked in a grocery store for years, but just the coffee we do sell, like that's iced coffee, it's not in cans like this. It's in like 64-ounce bottles that you buy, not this shit. So, yeah. God. Yep, the day I see iced coffee in a vending machine. My God, that'll be the day. And yes, you have. After the sixth and final class of the day drags to its miserable end, I make my way to the corridor into the nearest vending machine. Making good on my promise from earlier, I pull some coins and get 2 cans of coffee. One for myself and one for Monika. Ooh, she's gonna like that. A fellow coffee drinker. I wish I could say the same for myself. You might have to convince me. I've never really felt like I've needed anything like coffee to wake up in the morning. Maybe that's just me, though. After I've put them in my pockets, I make my way up to the club. It's a mostly silent walk until a voice catches my attention.
Ben?
Oh, hi again. Sure enough, Yuri's standing there. Almost like she was waiting. I doubt that was the case, though. What a fucking coinky-dink. Oh, hey Yuri. You just get out?
Yes.
She answers quite shyly. That in itself is fairly standard for her, but considering this morning... No, I'm just overthinking it. No worries. Anyways, I'm just about to head up to the club. You want to walk with, or...
I'd like that. Yes.
I then make enough space for Yuri to get next to me, and we start our walk up. The walk with Yuri was quiet. After how hectic my last class was, it's some much-needed silence. However, as was the case in Kurosawa's class, Yuri did make the occasional glance at me. I opened the club room and we both head in, initially going our separate ways before we were stopped by Natsuki.
There you two are! I was worried I'd be the only one in today.
Natsuki's voice comes off as more as a concerned whine, although that does bring up an important question. I might say so. I guess I'd say so, yeah. I've been having a pretty good time with this mod. I definitely recommend keeping an eye on this mod. Within seems like a promising mod so far. Kinda has some Act 1 syndrome to start, but, you know, like a lot of mods that kinda have that, once you get past it, and it starts to do more of its own thing, then it really starts to pick up. Monika's not here yet? Unnecessary comma. Natsuki focused her attention to me. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm surprised she didn't tell you that she'd be late, Ben.
Wait, why?
Why else would you two have been on the roof earlier? Being lewd in school? You freaking animals!
Whilst Natsuki seems to be reveling in my current embarrassment, Yuri seems dejected by her comments, almost as if a part of her died inside. Dejected. Is that even a word? Hold on, I gotta Google. Yeah, I think you meant dejected. Yeah, you missed by a couple keys with that one. Just how did Natsuki find out? No, I didn't want to launch that. I wanted to click Discord. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that later. Unless it was those students from the stairwell.
Natsuki, it wasn't?
What else could... Easy down, Pinkie Pie. It's not like that. My face probably looks like a beet right now. My comment seems to lighten Yuri's mood a bit, with her bursting out in genuine laughter. You have to play at end of stream? Okay. Natsuki, however, says she could rush me and make my nose as red as my cheeks. Again, it'd be funny if she wasn't capable of it. She goes to say something, but the door opens. Sorry, I'm late. To answer your question, maybe because some people enjoy kind of a slower start to a story, because pacing is important for a more serious story, so... That's just my thought. That's just my 2 cents. If you want to. Hope I didn't worry anyone. True, they could, but, you know, the purpose of a slow... What if there was a Coffee Man mod? I have no idea what I would think about that. Oh, I know. Oh yes, what a lovely face. No, this is Patrick, bruh. Natsuki goes to say something, but I quickly interject, pointing my thumb in her direction. Strawberry Shortcake over here was worried. As before, Yuri bursts into laughter, being joined by Monika. Natsuki scowls at me. Either that. Moni? Hold on. Moss just crashed. Moni, you okay? What's going on with you? I think Monika started laughing so hard that she crashed Moss. How does that even happen? Either that or she burst a blood vessel. If you weren't my friend, I'd beat the shit out of you right now. Guess I should have called her Chucky instead. Nice.